Lazy Susan spin around. Topics lifted off the ground. Movies, music, games, and TV. Gotta stay tuned and you will see. Lazy Susan spin around. Topics lifted off the ground. Movies, music, games, and TV. Gotta stay tuned and you will see.
Hell yeah, hell yeah. Welcome, everybody. Woo! That was great. Welcome, everybody, back to...
My bad.
Welcome, everybody, back to the Lazy Susan podcast, where we rotate through conversations and topics about anything and everything. We're coming at you live for the very first time. I'm here with my co-hosts, Adam and Todd, as always. How we doing, fellers?
Doing really good. Excited to do live episode 18.
18.
First
We
episode
doing
going
it
live.
That's what's up.
Switching up a couple things, have a new intro, have a new logo.
Yeah, that was pretty fun. The pictures were very great. Oh, man.
I was having a lot of fun with that.
Yeah. That's what's up, man.
How'd you guys think of it? What'd you guys think? You like it?
It's good. Yeah.
It was fantastic, of course.
I dig the new logo. It's pretty great.
Yeah. So for people who are looking at the logo, we got the L, right, for Lazy Susan. However, it's a big circle with arrows showing that we rotate through topics like talking like video games, music, TV, whatever. And then within the negative space of the circle makes out an S for Susan, for Lazy Susan. And when I was making that, like these were all different types of logos I was working with initially. I was just
make it rain with them.
And, oh, they're all sticking together. But yeah, it was a process. But I eventually found that I was like, dude, this looks awesome. I'll actually have to put it to the digital landscape and make it happen. And I was very proud of it. I was very excited.
Oh, yeah.
And I know we talked about it, and it was really fun. And choosing different colors and different fonts and everything. It ended up being a lot of fun. I dig it a lot. Hopefully in the near future we can get like some merchandise with it on there.
Hell yeah, man. That would be awesome. That'd be super cool.
Also added some soundboards, as you guys heard the clapping. Then we have got the little song, one of our favorites of all time.
Who the hell did this?
We've never discussed that one here, have we?
No, we'll discuss it right after this one as well.
I don't think it's very funny, Adam.
I wonder how we I apologize to the listeners if that's like blood curdling to your ears, because that is it loud for you guys?
It's not too loud. That's a good question.
Yeah.
I mean, we have nobody watching right now, but if anybody does watch later on, I mean, even if they're behind and still decide to watch it right now, leave it in the comments.
I mean, we can always come back to it ourselves.
Yeah,
that's true. Very true.
Fix it.
But yeah.
That's good stuff.
I don't think it's very funny, Adam.
I don't think it's very funny, Adam.
It's pranking the old man.
Yeah, so that's from probably like 2010.
This is a long time ago.
It had Todd's iPod Nano. What's that?
There was a Nano.
Yeah,
iPad
Nano. Those blue iPod Nanos that had the camera on it.
Propped up, and we put a rubber band around the sprayer on the kitchen sink. And my dad came home from work, and poor old man just wanted to wash himself a glass or something, and got blasted. It's great.
It was 2010. It was 14 years ago.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
And right when he got hit, the first thing he said was,
Shit. Who the hell did this?
Yeah. And Mom had to rat us out because we were laughing.
Oh, yeah.
Or rat you out because you were the one that did it.
It's good times. What was that? It was even Good Times and Great Laughs or something like that. Was what Todd labeled the title of that.
Oh, really? I didn't even know.
Many
he
moons
labeled it
ago.
anything.
Yeah.
Jesus.
But yeah, that's just some of the new stuff we added to the old podcast here.
Okay. Very
But
fun. Very cool.
Other than that, how have you guys been doing?
Good.
Muy bueno, muy
Good.
bueno. I
Been watching.
finally
Welcome.
gonna be, oh, so sorry. I was just gonna say finally hope that we have a schedule in play now with me having a lockdown schedule. So
I'm excited about
hopefully,
yeah.
hopefully we're back to our strictly Thursdays instead of, oh, is this day gonna work? Is this day gonna work?
Right.
It's a pain in the ass every week. So, but sorry, Derek, go on.
No, I was just gonna say I was watching that documentary on Vince McMahon today.
So yeah, when you brought
Binged
that
a
up
lot of that.
in the chat, I didn't even know that came out. Like I thought that was something that was like planned to come out like a year from now.
No.
The only reason why I know it's out is because Anna's been watching The Circle, and that's like the next thing that's advertised right after that. Is the Vince McMahon thing. So
Is
I
it on
see it all
Netflix?
the time. Yeah, it's on
Yeah.
Netflix.
Yeah.
Okay. So what do you think about that, Derek?
I'm obsessed with it. I love it. I mean, a lot of these stories are things I already know, but there's like little details and stuff that I didn't know that make it all the different. And it's interesting. I mean, Vince is kind of a piece of shit. Hulk Hogan's a bitch.
Whoa.
It sucks, dude.
So
This is the hot takes Adam's been looking for. 5 minutes into it. Yes.
Right, yeah. Who's
He just
behind this
sucks.
docu-series? Like, is there one person that's kind of like leading the charge behind this thing?
I mean, I don't know if it's one person leading the charge or not, but I don't really know who the team is, but a lot of focus goes to some reporter that has this strange vendetta against Vince McMahon, and he's been writing against him for years and years. And it's been,
So when
it's been
all
pretty
that
funny.
Is
news
Vince
came
not
out
in
about-
it?
Oh yeah, he's in it.
Oh,
They were filming it, and then all the more recent allegations came out in the middle of it. And then yeah, and then
Got him.
Either it was yesterday or the day before it came out, Vince put out a statement saying, well, we agreed to do this and it was going to be, whatever. And then at the end of it, they paint me to be this villain that I'm not. And all I wish that the viewers, I hope the viewers understand that there's always two sides to every story. I was
you
like,
know what he's gonna do next is he's gonna make his own docu-series.
Yeah, maybe if he's
He's
got the
gonna be
balls to
painting
do it.
him in the best light and that reporter in the worst light.
I don't know, man.
Maybe, I don't know.
either that or he's gonna write a book. I didn't
Right.
do it.
He
But
might
if I
write a
did,
book.
this is how I would have done it.
Right.
Well, the whole thing, every single bad thing that he does, he puts it behind the guise of like, this is a business and nothing I do is personal. I do everything for the business. And like, he does quite literally puts the business in front of everything, not just like friends, it's family too. Like the family comes first,
Right.
or the business comes first. The family comes second. It's wild.
Well, that's kind of how it always seemed for Vince, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, like the WWE is the god he worships and dies for.
Yeah. No, 100%. So yeah, no, it's been interesting. I got one episode left. So
Is that all you've been up to though?
today.
Oh, wait.
Before work.
In between this episode and last, you did something.
Went to Riot Fest.
Ah,
Yeah, that was fun. So I got the shirt.
let's see it. Hey, come on, throw the whole rep on there. Yeah, that's sick.
Yeah, Necrogoblicon. They were fun. They
Yeah?
were the first band we saw when we got there, and it was downpouring, dude. It was raining.
God
Yeah, I
damn.
saw you were in a poncho.
Yeah.
Poncho.
And it was interesting, but it started to lighten up for the rest of the day. We
They have their
saw
mascot out there.
the Goblin.
Yeah,
Yeah, he's on every live show. Yeah,
because he's not a part of the band, right? He's just like a mascot, right?
Oh well, he sings. He was singing on
Oh,
stage.
shit,
Yeah,
I didn't know that.
He also showed up when we went to go see Guar. He went on stage and like
You got to at that
yeah,
point, right?
They I don't know if anybody
Did they
has
spray
ever,
blood?
every single time. Every single time.
Every
Were
single
you
The-
close enough to get some on you?
No, we didn't get close enough. There was a lot of people there. Dude, some people, man, there's wild things at a Guar show, and it's pretty X-rated, and the amount of children that I saw on their
Oh no.
shoulders was appalling. It was crazy.
Oof.
And-
Explain to the fans what Riot Fest is for people who don't know.
So it's a 3-day event. They host it. I mean, I don't know if they have it anywhere else, but it's in Chicago. Every day. So they have Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Every day they have a different group of bands playing. They have a
On
bunch
multiple different stages.
multiple stages.
Yeah.
So I just went Sunday. That was the day with most of the metal stuff. I saw Necrogoblicon, Guar, Pennywise, which was a punk band, Lamb of God, and Slayer. And then we tuned in for a couple songs from Sublime too. So that was pretty cool.
Who was the best performance?
Ooh.
Slayer.
Okay.
Slayer. Lamb
Were
of
they
God was cool.
headlining?
Yeah, they were the
Yeah,
final.
I figured
they were
as much.
they were the final. But yeah, no, so seeing Guar was crazy because I've seen them before, and last time I saw them, I was close enough to get sprayed on blood. And last time it was only a half-hour show, so that kind of sucked. This time it was an hour-long one, which was pretty cool.
Hey.
Yeah, so they got to play a little bit longer, and their whole shtick, like they wear these crazy costumes. They're supposed to be like aliens, and they fucking like kill everybody. There's a bunch of blood. It's all gory. Last time I saw them, they were killing political figures. This time it was the leader of Israel. They brought him out and then like ripped his face off and scalped him, and blood was spraying everywhere. That was interesting. But the biggest part was Taylor Swift in a Travis Kelce jersey, and she was pregnant. And
Oh, my Lord.
My.
yeah, and then they were arguing over which one of them was the one that impregnated her. And I apologize to the fans before it gets too vulgar, but this is, if you don't want to tune into this part, then fucking skip this or whatever. But the one guy is like, the one guy was like, Taylor, to figure out whose kid it is, I'm gonna need to smell your pussy. And like they like go over to her and like they take a football out of her cooch, and like the goblin starts throwing it because he shows up from Necrogoblicon, and they're like throwing the football all around. And then a little demon baby gets ripped out, and they rip off her torso because like her tits are all out and everything, and they rip all that out, and she's got blood gushing. And then when you see the crowd, there is a kid who's maybe like 6 on his parents' shoulders, like getting sprayed in blood and shit. And I was like, right on, man. That's interesting.
That's a little excessive.
That's
Yeah.
wild.
Do what you
That
want
is
to do.
wild.
They're your kids or whatever. I'm not gonna. I just thought that was kind of crazy. But yeah, no, there's a lot of stuff like that. They the lead singer, he was doing foul shit. Yeah, I don't know, man. Like I said, it's a very X-rated show. They do some crazy shit, but
Yeah, that is wild that anybody would bring their child to that.
they bought a little demon thing. It's a puppet, but the guy like started fisting it and like turned its ass
okay.
towards the crowd and like was spraying shit all over everybody. It was crazy.
Just making it worse and worse.
I was
Like I
gonna
said,
ask,
it gets
how much
X-rated, bro.
are they going? How much are they putting into this production value? Are they using like blow up dolls, or are they using like actual like dummies? Because when you're saying you're ripping off her torso and blood is spraying, I'm thinking like it's like a movie prop of like a real person, and they're ripping off a torso and then blood is spraying.
No, so like you can, I would have to show you. I have pictures on my phone and like little videos of like the Taylor Swift part, and you can see the kid.
Oh God.
Like the kid chilling like on his parents' shoulders. I'm like, fuck yeah, man. But yeah, I don't know how to explain it. It's all just like costumes and prosthetics. It's nothing like
Okay.
crazy. You can obviously tell it's all like
It's like stuff you would
fake
see
stuff.
in a like a haunted house.
yes, very
Yeah,
much so.
yeah,
Okay.
Very
yeah,
much
okay.
so. Yeah.
So they hit up Spirit of Halloween before
Exactly.
doing that.
Yeah, it's probably a little bit better than
They
yeah,
are
higher,
the Spirit of Halloween.
but, yeah. They had like a demon come out and they rip his eye out and like just spray blood over everybody.
Jesus.
It's wild.
It's a fun time. I like their music and I think it's fun, but I wouldn't personally bring my children to that.
No,
Plus, I
that's
think
actually wild.
Haley would
Yeah.
kill me if she found out I brought the girls to go see that.
Yeah, that'd be so nuts.
But
I'm
yeah,
judging you, everybody who does that.
yeah.
That's- yeah,
But yeah,
it's-
that was an interesting part. But Slayer was fucking awesome. They still sound as good as they ever have, rocking like 30 years, man.
was this your first time seeing them?
It was my first time seeing Slayer. Yeah,
Okay.
it was my first time seeing Slayer, Lamb of God. We didn't go see Rob Zombie because we already saw them last. We saw him in White Zombie when he was with them. We saw that last time we were at Riot Fest. But I never seen Necrogoblicon before, so that was pretty cool. But yeah, no, it was a great time. They have a new thing over there called Riot Land. It's a little side thing with like a Ferris wheel, and they have like an arcade and
Oh, shit.
But the coolest part, and I didn't go inside because the line was too long to get inside and we were hungry, but they had a little quick stop.
Oh, really?
Yeah. And
That's
I'm
pretty
like,
cool.
Actually dedicated to the fucking movie?
Did it look like the actual thing, too?
The shutters were closed, and I had the fucking curtain
Ah,
on there
that's
that
cool.
says, "I assure you, we're
Oh,
open."
that's awesome.
I got a picture of it, but I didn't go inside. Like I said, the line was too long for people that.
Ooh,
wanted to go
Derek, you should just
inside.
cut.
Like it probably looks like
Just
how
have a
this- how the
member
movie
of this
looks.
band.
It was gonna have a
Mm.
bunch of overpriced souvenirs.
Yeah, exactly. So I was like, I get it, but yeah, no, that was pretty
You're
cool.
just there for
Was
the
this at
photos.
Tinley Park? Is it at the same place they hold Lala?
No, not Tinley Park. No,
Is that Tinley Park? No,
Tinley
it's not Tinley Park.
Park is
Tinley Park
further
is
away.
one. That's one stage. Is it at the same place they hold Lala in the?
I don't know. I've never been to Lollapalooza. I don't know where they have that. That's
Right on.
like a maybe a Matt question, or Jackie if you ever talk to her.
I haven't talked to those two in
It's been a long time.
literally a decade.
But when I think of
probably.
like Riot Fest and
You say
Lollapalooza, for
Matt?
some reason Jackie would know. Yeah, Matt might know. Yeah.
When I say them, I'm talking about Jackie and Amanda.
Yes. I
Oh,
know.
okay. I was about to
Oh,
like,
Adam didn't pick up on that. Gotcha.
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah.
I was
Um,
like, you definitely talked to Matt.
yeah. But getting there was interesting. So I get to Matt's house, and then we go to a train station, take a train to another train, and then got over there. But the
Mhm.
first train we get on, we're sitting there, we make a first stop, and this dude gets on the train. I'm wearing my Avenged Sevenfold shirt, and this dude sits across from us, and he's like staring at me, and I'm just talking to Matt, but I can feel this guy looking at me, and he's like, "Hey, man," and I'm like, "What's going on?" And he's like, "I really like that shirt." And I was like, "Oh, cool, thanks, man." And he's like, "I'm more punk rock myself." And I was like, "That's cool." And he's like, "Yeah, I'm from LA." I was
What
like-
the fuck?
I was like, "That's cool, man. Yeah, it's cool." And he was like, "Yeah." He's like, "Yeah, punk rock is where I'm at, though. I'm more punk rock." And we were like, "That's really cool." And then like he stopped talking. So me and Matt went back to our conversation. And he pulls out his phone. And he starts playing music, but I can barely hear the music because we're on the train. And I was like, "What?" And he was like, This is us." And I didn't know if he was showing me his band or like music that he listens to, but he was just playing the music. And then I was like, "Oh, that's really cool, dude." And he was like, "Yeah, it's pretty hard, but you know, it's punk rock." And I was like, "Yeah." And he was like, "Yeah." So
What
anyway,
the hell?
he puts his phone away. He's like, "So anyway, I really like that shirt." And I was like, "Thanks again." And he's like, "How much you want for it?" And I was like, "It's not for sale." And mind you, I'm a big dude. It's a big shirt. This dude is like 110 pounds, maybe max. I was like, this shirt's not for you, brother." And he's like, "How much you want for it?" I was like, "It's not for sale." And he's like, "Oh man, are you sure?" And I was like, "Yeah, I'm pretty positive, man."
You
He's
should
like,
have said a
"Alright."
couple grand.
I was gonna say you could have
Nah.
came up on at least $100 right there.
I
Sold
don't know
that
if
shit
he-
for $100.
I don't know if he even had that money on him, but whatever. Maybe I should have, but I like that shirt. So
You should have said tree fitty.
Tree fitty.
but yeah, no, then he got up and he left on the next stop. Oh yeah, and he was talking about how like Chicago's pretty cool, but it's no LA. He's like, the
Right.
scene out in LA is so
Oh my
LA. And I was like,
gosh.
"Yeah, man, LA. I've never been
The
there.
guy
That's really
sounds
cool."
way cooler than you, Derek.
he does. He was very very cool. So yeah, that was on the way there, and then on the way back, we were walking through the subway station. Like it was pretty dead in there, and it was Sunday, so like, and I didn't have a lot of reception over there because you know everyone's all around on their phones and shit, so reception was ass. So I started getting all these notifications, and I wanted to see my fantasy football and how that was doing. So I'm like on my phone as I'm walking behind Matt, kind of like following him, like watching where his like shoes are going, you know. And I'm just following as he's going, and he turns to the left and then fucking turns right real fast. And I hear a trickling, and I look up, and there's a dude just dick out fucking taking a piss. And I was like, oh shit. And I turned with Matt, and the guy makes the guy turns around, he looks at me, and I look at him like, oh fuck, why'd I look at him? And then he like puts his shit away, and he's like, hey man, I really need your help. And I was like, oh no.
No way.
And Matt just sits down, and he was like, look, I wasn't gonna piss on myself. I had to pee over there. And I was like, I get it, dude. When you gotta go, you gotta go. And he was like, yeah, but like for real though, I need $3.
Oh my.
He's like, I gotta get home. And me and Matt were like, dude, we don't carry any cash. And he was like, oh man, for real? And we were like, yeah, man, I can't help you. And he was like, oh, all right. And he just stumbled on and went to go ask other people for money.
It was about that time that you realized that man was 2 stories tall.
Right. Yeah, he didn't ask for $3.50. He just asked for $3. But yeah, no, it was a good time. It was a great day.
Sounds like a
Very
fun
excited.
experience altogether.
Yeah.
That's what's up. I love hearing it, Derek. This is a lot of good
Yeah.
news. A lot of good stories.
Oh, one more thing. When we saw Guar, we were up against like a little railing, or not up against it. We wanted to go against the railing, and we saw a space that was open. And when we got closer to it, we realized there was a space open because nobody wanted to stand right in front of this girl who was sitting in a wheelchair so she could see the stage. And so we were like, okay, so we backed up, we're like, we're not going to take that.
Imagine they're like, yeah, fuck that.
Dude, these 3 other people show up.
There's always those people, man.
They're over like 6 feet tall. They're big people, and they're like, you don't mind if we? And she's like, no, I guess. And they're like right in front of her. She can't see. So the whole time when she's looking at the stage this way, she's looking at the camera over like the screen over here. That's how she watched
Damn,
it. Like, on the
that
screen.
sucks.
Look, that's bogus. Y'all are dirty as hell.
That is dirty.
Yeah. Matt was like, I can't believe they did that, man.
Right? Because what is she gonna say? No, I mean, I guess she
Yeah.
could say no, but then
Yeah,
you're always
they-
gonna have
they
those
didn't
people that
care.
don't care and just gonna do it anyway. Even if she were to say no, they'd be like, okay, and then still get in
Right,
front
like,
of
well,
her, right?
I was given the option to pick the route that I wanted to take.
Right. I just
I'm
wanted you to
just
say
gonna be a dick,
yes. Damn.
But yeah, no, that was Riot Fest, man. It was pretty cool.
Oh yeah,
Right on. How about you, Todd? What have you been up to?
just work. I don't really have much exciting stuff unless I'm forgetting something. I'll get yelled at for it later, I guess. But yeah, no, just work, chilling and work.
Oh, I know you didn't watch it, Todd, but Adam, you saw the first season of Last of Us, right?
No, I didn't.
Oh, you didn't watch it?
I wasn't gonna watch it without playing the game.
Yeah, we got to play the game first.
God, you guys suck. The trailer for season 2
Adam
just came
said
out.
he was just gonna watch me play it on stream.
I actually probably would just do that.
Okay, well, you got to do it because season 2 is coming out next year. They just dropped the trailer, and it looks awesome.
Heard
Right on.
that.
And if
Heard
they
that.
stay true to the game like they did with the first one, it's going to be amazing.
Oh,
So hop on.
I
that.
guess you know what I have been doing this week?
What's that?
Listening to Heavy as the Crown on repeat.
Oh, nice. Okay,
while
that's actually a
we're
good question
on
I
the
have.
Topic of the musics.
Music. Do you prefer their first one or this one better?
I do prefer the first one,
Me too.
but
Okay.
I do enjoy
Same.
this one a lot.
Yes.
I'm very pleasantly surprised with this, and I thought it was really funny that she did the scream on the "This is what you asked for." I felt like, aside from the
Okay.
song,
Yeah, I
that was
see what
also
you're
a
saying.
shot at the fans. Like, this is what
Could
you
be.
asked for. You don't think that I can do what Chester can do, but I can still hold my own, kind of thing.
In
So
that
I thought
perspective,
was
I'll
kinda
take
She
it.
did hold
I
it pretty
also
long.
I
She
kind of
did.
felt
She
salty
did.
about it. Like I was
I
like,
get
why?
it
'Cause I
because that's Chester's thing. Like, the
Right.
giving up, like that was like his thing, and like I completely understand, but I felt like it was her like, I told you, like, you know.
I can see that.
Probably.
However, it's like 15, 16-ish seconds versus his 7. If you want to get nitpicky here.
Did you time it?
I did. Well, when people brought it up, I was like, well, is she doing it? And
I
it's
thought it was
close
only
enough.
like around 12, but yeah, I
Yeah,
I
okay,
knew
it's close
yeah.
enough. But yeah.
I'm with it. That's cool.
Yeah. No,
Right.
I think it's good.
Yeah.
It felt very, very Linkin Parky with Mike Shinoda
absolutely.
going crazy on the raps and
You
talking
guys see the
about
music
war
video?
and all that stuff. No, I didn't actually.
Mhm.
Okay, so it's linked to I don't know if it's every year or I think it's every year. League of Legends has their like big
Oh, I saw
tournament.
you posted that.
Yeah. So they have their
Mm.
big tournament and they animate like they'll have famous artists make a song and they'll animate all these people in it. So like all these teams. So it's all these actual real life competitive players that are in the music video, and there's also Linkin Park in the
That's
music
cool.
video as well. And they're all fighting and stuff. It looks
Oh.
really cool. I was like, all right,
That's
that's
like how
what's
they
up.
did with Imagine Dragons with the show.
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't know.
I didn't
if
know.
you
I
guys
didn't
saw
know that
the-
was a thing.
Yeah.
that they
didn't know
did.
With
it
League
was
of
a thing
Legends.
either.
Yeah.
I don't know if you guys saw the meme of it showed like it just had the empty machine going on in the background, and it was like Michael Bay like freaking out and then running to the notepad and just writing Transformers.
Dude, that would be
Oh,
cool.
The world
If
just
you
doesn't
did
know.
that.
You put Michael Bay, Linkin Park, and then
Shia LaBeouf.
Shia LaBeouf. That's
It's
the winning
over.
recipe. Those
It's
three.
over.
That's $1 billion
It's
movie.
the Holy
right there.
Trinity.
It is.
Yeah, everyone. Would
Yeah, I
fucking
saw that and I was
sprint to
dying.
that
I couldn't
movie.
remember if I saw that in our chat or whatnot, but I should have sent it to us,
Man.
to our group.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but absolutely. I would go so crazy for that.
Dude, so Adam, you said you watched that Penguin show, the first episode.
So yeah, this weekend. So I
I've seen
rewatched.
so many advertisements on that.
Yeah,
Same.
so yesterday night around I rewatched the Batman because it's been a while, and I was like, all right, rewatched
Did you
it.
like the movie?
Yeah, you know what?
Batman?
The one with
it was
Robert
just-
Pattinson, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's like weird things
We've
I
been
like
talking about him a
feel
lot lately.
uncomfortable about it, but at the same time, I do like it. It was good, and I really like Gotham. The way Gotham was shown in that, I think, was stuck out more to me than the rest of it. Everything. I just like how dark it was while still feeling modern and everything. It was cool. Did a really good job with that. And then the Penguin. I was kind of like, okay, skeptical on it and whatnot, but man, Colin Farrell does a phenomenal job with it. Don't even look like him.
no,
I
he
keep
was
on
cool in the
forgetting that that's
movie.
him performing the character, and it's such a cool character because all these other Batman villains from the gallery of all the Batman villains get so much attention, especially the Joker, and it's kind of nice to see Penguin get some attention and showcase like a mob side. It's just like a mob story, and I'm like, I'm in. This is
I mean,
great.
that's what the Penguin is. He's a mob
Right.
boss, so that
And
makes
it's just
sense.
right, and it's just we like kind of been begging for stuff like this from DC, I would say, because we got like for Marvel, we have the Daredevil show, and that was phenomenal.
Even that was dark. Like
Yes.
dealing
Oh,
with
absolutely.
Fisk and all
I'm
that
excited
stuff,
for it
I
to
was like,
come
yeah.
back.
right.
Mhm.
Daredevil and the Punisher, like that stuff was crazy. Like DC, and DC has like some of the darkest stories in all of like comics, and it's like we've been wanting stuff like this, and we're finally getting something like this. And it's not, no offense to the CW shows, because some of them, especially earlier on, were really good. They kind of all teetered off. However, they were never
Did you ever
able to
watch
go.
Gotham?
I never watched Gotham.
That was one that I feel like I never heard a bad thing about from start to finish.
I heard
it
Arrow
was just
really good too.
Arrow was really good in the beginning, and then like I kind of
That
stopped
I
watching it,
never
but it
heard
also
anything
kind of
about,
teetered
actually.
off. But the Flash was one of the worst ones that had it the worst, because it was like really genuinely decent, and then it fell off so hard. But they just kept on going. They kept on chugging. They were like, "We got a $5 budget, make it happen.
Make it
Throw some
happen.
cardboard on that shit." He's zooming.
That's so
um,
bad.
But it's nice to see this much money, attention to detail, and like just cinematic experience come to a TV show within the DC universe, and it's in Gotham, and it's with a villain, and it's not like, it would be cool to get one like with Batman. Like I've seen the argument of people saying that Batman shouldn't even be a movie, it should always just be a television show, like a dark television show, which I actually get that, because like especially with how many villains Batman has, to cover them all with still being
You
able
could say
to.
that about any superhero though, like Spider-Man.
I wouldn't say
Spider-Man
not.
should
I
be
wouldn't
a
say
TV
every.
show.
I wouldn't say every superhero, but I would agree on that too, because when you have that many villains that stick out like that, I
Yeah.
do think it's warranted. And I wouldn't say, like I guess I wouldn't say with every superhero, but Spider-Man and Batman for sure. Those
Yeah.
are like the two
Yeah.
superheroes that have like the coolest villains and the biggest gallery of villains. But yeah, it's just really cool to get this attention. I'm excited to see what happens in episode 2. I was like, when does it come out? Because like apparently the first episode came out
Oh, it's
last week
episodic?
Thursday. Yeah.
Yeah, it's
I
Max.
did
They
not
they
know
do
that.
that. Yeah, Max does.
That
So-
was the other
episodically.
point that I was gonna make was like I'm glad that it, like you said, it has high production value because it is HBO Max. I was gonna
Right.
be upset if we walked into this and it was like boo boo to foo, you know, like
Right.
you guys are
Right.
putting all this money into Game of Thrones and all this other shit. Like start branching out and make some other good shit. So yeah, that's exciting to hear.
Absolutely. And what you call it? So
Sorry.
no, you're
Didn't
good.
mean to
You're
break
good.
your train of
You're
thought.
good. Basically, what I was getting to is just the fact that they're able to pull pull all of this off. Just feels really nice. I'm really excited. It sucks that it's well, it doesn't suck that it's weekly. I'm fine with that. I if when it comes out like that. But I was excited because the last episode, I guess, came out Thursday, and I was like, so it's gonna be every Thursday. It's gonna be every Sunday. They just released that one early, and I was like,
Oh,
so you have
that's
to
so now I
wait
gotta
a
wait
whole-
till I gotta wait till Sunday to see the second episode. But the first one was I'm very excited. The way it's
I
all
saw
done.
that I don't know if it was record breaking, but they had a lot of views for the first episode. Like a crazy amount.
I have high hopes for this, and I have high hopes for this. It's because this is like
Is it gonna be 8 episodes?
a 7. Yeah, I looked it
They've
up.
been kind of doing that, like where it's instead
Unless
of doing
it
10,
It was
they
saying
just
that
wanna
there's
do, like,
7 more
8.
episodes, but I'm pretty sure it said 7 episodes.
That's gross. I mean, I
It
guess
is.
first season you gotta test the waters and whatnot, but after that, fucking double it, man. Give me 14.
Right. Do you guys both see the Batman with Robert
I,
Pattinson?
I
yeah.
saw it, but I don't remember much. I just
Okay.
remember actually enjoying it.
Mm.
Well, one of the things I liked about the Penguin show is this Penguin we have, like in the Batman movie, it's kind of like talked about but not really shown that he's not really the Penguin we all know with like this huge mob boss who's like owns Gotham. You
Yeah.
know, he's kind of like
He's
an
working his
underling.
way up.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah.
So this is like him. There's a power vacuum after the Batman movie, and this is his rise
Yeah, making his way up.
to claim it. And it's I'm like, ooh, I'm like, okay, I'm digging it. And it's
See, and that's what I was
his way of
hoping-
weaseling through and dealing with everything. I'm like, all right, I'm here for it.
That's what I was hoping they were going to do with the Joker movies, and I'm really kind of losing faith in that with the
Oh yeah.
reviews and how the second one's going.
Yeah.
I mean, I know it's
I
not
heard
out
a
yet,
bunch of
but they
people
keep
walked out or
talking-
something.
Yeah, like the first views of it. They say it's more of like the court case and everything, and I was like, sure, but I wanted to see his rise. That's how it ended the first one. I thought we were going to get a little bit more of that, but it's not looking like that. That's what it's going to be, which is unfortunate.
Which yeah, I have high hopes for this Penguin show, and if it does pop off, like it's time to bring in more villains. Time to like get more villains at their shows within Gotham. Like I'm here for it.
Do you think that with the next Batman movie, I don't know if they've announced who the villain's going to be, but do you think they tap into that Joker character that they teased in the movie, or no? Or do you think it'll be a show?
I have no idea. See, the scary part is because this all happened before what's his face? James Gunn became like the head leader of everything DC. I forgot what the word main man, whatever. DC's main, yeah.
He's the
The
guy,
DCEU's main dude, yeah.
yeah. Mhm.
So it all depends on his say, basically. And I know he's trying to do a whole rewash and rewrite of everything. And
Yeah.
I don't know. That's why I'm kind of really hoping that this Penguin show kicks off, because I think this was stuff that was already planned to come out before he took control. So if this pops off, maybe he'd be like, well, damn, I got to do something with this, so we'll do more with it. If it didn't do well, I could see him saying, well, I was going to rewrite everything anyway, so I'm push everything out of the way and continue on with the way he wants to do everything.
Okay.
Which, yeah, I'm still excited. I'm still going to give him the benefit of the doubt, because I really, I trust his work, and I really want to see what he actually can do with DC. So, and I know his first project's that Superman movie. That's they're filming currently.
I don't understand why people are so fixated on that. Boring
On Superman.
character. Dude, like just do someone else. Superman's so boring, man. So
Yeah.
fucking sick of that red cape. That's what it is.
When it could be orange and blue gi, you know what I'm saying?
It could be. Do what the people want, man. Fix that abomination of evolution. Do something different.
Get a good Dragon Ball Z movie.
We never
Just
will.
Dragon Ball.
We never
I
will.
doubt it. Yeah.
It'll never happen.
I need some CGI hair.
If it looks cool, I'll take
If
it.
it looks
I don't
right
give a
on.
shit. Yeah. Use whatever you
Well,
gotta use to make it look cool.
other than watching the Penguin, I got a chance to play the Forever Winter game.
How's
And
that?
How's
one's-
that?
So kind of like I jumped into it with Billy and Matt, and we're kind of having a hard time connecting. But it was like one of the first days of their early access, and they were having some issues with connecting with other players. So we ran into some errors with that. And we're constantly getting kicked and whatnot. But when I did get in, like the music when you enter in that game has a very nice vibe of this post-apocalyptic type, just desolate lands. I don't know how they hit the mark with it, but the music was on point. Felt nice. The bass was heavy. The eeriness and the tones, it was awesome. It gave me cool vibes. The art style is very pleasing. I'm like, dude, I love this. I like how the characters are designed. I can like see myself playing something like this because it plays a lot like Tarkov in a way from what I've seen. I guess I wouldn't say it plays a lot like Tarkov. Tarkov's a lot more in depth, but it's a extraction game.
Extraction shooter, yeah.
So
I know nothing about it. All
yeah, I didn't know
is-
much about it except for like a couple of things here and there, and then but I got to actually get in there. The only issue aside from the connections that I had with the game so far was some of the spawn rates on the NPCs were kind of whack. Like I would loot something and then there'd be like 5 dudes who spawn like directly on me from behind. I'm like, what the hell? I'm like, I gotta run. And the first character I chose was the slowest character. He has high health though, but it don't matter when you have like a gang of these enemies just gunning you down. So I had changed characters, but there were some spawn rates were still kind of bogus. But other than that, the game is very nice so far. I have high hopes for it. It is in early access, so I'm sure there's plenty of things they'll be fixing. But yeah, so I'm excited to see more on that and play more on that.
Yeah, when I jumped in the chat when you all were playing, all I know is that Matt was like, so what I'm gathering from this game is this isn't a game for Derek. And Billy was like, yeah, probably not. I was like, all right, cool. At least you guys are you're understanding more what I will or won't play.
That's fair. Yeah, aside from that, I did catch probably the only one out of us 3 who caught all the stuff that happened with the Tokyo Game Show, with the PlayStation State of Play, with the Xbox showcase, and then some of the other things that they showcased separately.
A whole bunch of nothing.
No, man, it's a lot of great stuff. What are you talking about?
Yeah.
Yes.
I know you got Monster Hunter release.
Oh,
date.
absolutely. That was the best. That was the greatest thing that happened.
If
out of
that's
all
the
this
best
stuff.
thing that happened, then nothing happened.
No, that's the best. There was other huge things that happened, whether it be just announcements that I don't necessarily care about, but are just big in general, or just interesting things. But aside from that, come on, I'm still so stoked for Monster Hunter. That is the thing. However, before I go into too much detail, I will
We'll see, Billy.
surprise, everybody. On we'll see. Sorry. So surprise, everybody. My 70% did not come true.
Shocking.
I know. You guys really wanted to.
You
It's
gotta
never
start
gonna
paying us
happen.
for that shit.
Yeah, it's never gonna happen, man. Every
I
time
was-
you're wrong, you're gonna have a jar for every
There
time.
was a
you run
craft.
$1 in
There
it.
was a craft that got announced for Game Pass. Okay,
Doesn't matter. That's not what
It
you
was
said.
StarCraft, not Warcraft. But that's probably going to be the next one though. So it's going to be. So since they did StarCraft,
Why would it be the next one?
They're just gonna
StarCraft isn't a paid subscription game. You can go on there right now.
neither
if
is
you
just Warcraft. Trust me, they'll inch their way up.
Again, but like that's not inching your way up.
It is. It's a craft game. Then they hit up Warcrafts 1, 2, and 3, and then
Why
they
would
hit
StarCraft
the
is
World.
already free to play if you have a Blizzard account.
Well, now it's on Game Pass.
There we
Woo!
go.
You don't need
Why
a
would they?
subscription.
Why would they willingly?
Weird. There's something weird
less
that they're
money?
doing there, huh, Todd? Without a subscription
so
or without
wrong.
an account
It's
on
weird-
Blizzard.
It's weird that they're putting a free to play game on Game Pass. Yeah, you're right. That's weird. Super weird.
Well, actually, it's not
The next
entirely
step
free to play.
is cutting
not
all
entirely
of
free
their
to play.
fucking all of their wins and all of their fucking profits for a monthly subscription.
Do I need to break it down for you? Do I
Break
need to
it
bring
down,
out a
please.
chart?
Please get the chart.
Okay. So you see this right here?
Uh-huh.
We in it.
Here's your World of Warcraft players who don't
Uh-huh.
play Game Pass, right?
Right.
Mhm.
Right here.
Yeah.
Then here's your Pass players who don't play World of Warcraft.
Right.
So by conjoining the two, you'll get both pools of players on Game Pass.
Right. Let's look at
You're
another
inflating
chart
those
over here,
numbers.
Adam. Let's look at another.
Let's
chart.
see it.
So right here we have all of the World of Warcraft players, right?
So stupid.
They're
How many players
all
are there? How many concurrent players are there?
I don't know.
Yeah,
millions?
Todd, let's break it down.
Millions. Let's break it
Millions?
down.
There's no
Yeah.
way. There's maybe there is. How many?
I'm looking at so quick.
Okay. Servers and population. What's yearly? What do we daily?
Yeah.
Why does it not give me any numbers? Total players. What the? Oh, that's total players. But daily players. Daily players. 400,000.
That's a lot. Okay. That's just daily players. I'm not a daily player and I still have a subscription, just so you know. All of these people right here have a WoW subscription, right?
Right.
Let's say like all of these people have a Game Pass subscription.
Okay.
And then let's say all of these people have both. Why the fuck would they take the general mass of people and clump them in with this when they're making all of the money off of this?
To inflate the numbers.
What
That's not
numbers? The
gonna
numbers are
inflate
going to go
anything.
down.
Not for Game Pass. We on the rise.
That's not gonna. No.
That doesn't put money in their pockets.
No.
It doesn't.
I'll
put
come
money in
back
their
to you
pockets.
next week with an actual graph, okay?
Please do.
That's my homework.
All
And
right.
you're gonna be in awe.
Mm-hmm.
Awe.
I want to know any game that's on Game Pass that's not Call of Duty that has 400,000 concurrent players.
I don't think it's very funny, Adam.
So stupid.
I already forgot you had that, and I was like, "Why do I hear Dad's voice?"
And now welcoming our special guest.
That'd be crazy.
Especially if he just showed up by your place.
We'd
Like,
get
what the fuck is he doing
canceled
all the
so
way up
quick.
there?
Right.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Oh yeah.
Start jumping into his politic talk. He's like, "Oh,
Oh,
my
it would
camera?"
go.
Whoa,
It would
whoa,
get
whoa.
there so quick.
Whoa.
We're live,
Anyway.
Adam.
We're live. First of all, we'd have to hit him with a welcome.
Are
Anyway.
those the only 3 you have?
Whoa. I have the
Lazy
song.
Susan spin around.
He's got 4. You were so off.
I'll never disrespect you like that again, Adam.
Yeah, he's prepared.
On the up and up. I'll get you that graph and we'll be chilling.
You're just gonna be proving yourself wrong.
You guys will be surprised.
Adam's gonna be
Like,
making the graph, and he's gonna be like, "Oh fuck, I am wrong."
No, never.
Yeah.
Anyway, so aside from that whole thing
Mhm.
happening from the Xbox
Mhm.
showcase within the Tokyo Game Show or whatever.
Yes.
So first of all, what happened was actually the PlayStation State of Play.
Right.
There wasn't, I mean, there was a lot of VR games, which I was like, I guess I've heard people complain that PlayStation's VR doesn't have a lot of games. So maybe this is their way to kind of like, hey, but we're getting a lot of games. That doesn't really matter for me. Don't have a VR, so I wasn't really too intrigued about that.
Mm-hmm.
We had some pretty cool news. I mean, this one's pretty big. For one, I was excited because I was like, oh, is this a Pal World DLC getting announced? But it wasn't. It was just Pal World getting announced for PlayStation.
They
So
talked about that. I'm pretty
For
sure at
some
the
reason-
announce of it being on Game Pass, or like it is coming to PC, but sometime next year.
or not, or PlayStation, right?
Yeah, PlayStation. Sorry.
That makes sense. Yeah.
Yeah.
Speaking of which, they got their whole aside from the PlayStation State of Play news, they have that whole lawsuit. Pokemon finally pulled the trigger on them in the most
Palworld.
bogus way ever. Did you hear how that happened?
Nope.
No.
So they're not going after them for any design. They're going after them for the catch mechanic. The mechanic of catching a creature and storing it. And they patented it after Palworld released. So after Palworld released,
Oh, that's
they patented it, and now they're suing them for that patent.
They're scrambling.
That's
And
crazy.
people are saying because this is taking place in Japan's court, and they're
Yeah.
saying Nintendo does really well in Japan's court.
I'm sure they do.
Sure, yeah.
Weird.
Right,
how that
really,
works.
right. So it's kind of
Who
foul,
would've
but this will be
thought?
like horrible if they win. It'll actually be genuinely horrible for just games moving forward,
Why?
because then that means every game can't have a catch creature mechanic, catch and store mechanic.
Dude,
Well, would they be able to,
fucking-
or is it because it's in a ball? What if
See,
it's different?
I think I don't know what the full extent of how it goes, but I'm pretty sure it's just gonna be a nasty block on anybody that wants to have something like that. They're gonna have to do some other way.
Okay, but
which
how
is-
many games exist like that?
I mean, I'm sure there's several. Ark has it. Ark was a big game that I loved and played, and that had a system of
Nobody cares
catching.
about Ark.
Whoa. Anyway, but like
Where's Vin
it's
Diesel?
just in general though, that's not cool though. Like you want to patents on mechanics like that are bogus as hell.
Yeah, sure.
So I just think it's going to stunt a lot of growth in the gaming community if they win.
I don't. Nobody makes games like that.
Derek, that's not a good excuse. Just because nobody makes games like that in your eyes doesn't mean that means
It's not gonna
nobody
stunt
should.
something- It's not going to stunt something that doesn't exist.
Okay, but the cure for cancer couldn't exist, but if somebody patented the design on it, like then you're stunting that from
Yeah.
ever happening.
Sure.
Derek, how could you?
Whatever.
No. You were supposed to join us.
You wish you had that fucking sound drop, didn't you?
I should have, right? You're supposed to destroy this. It's to not join them, Derek. Anyway, aside from that, Palworld on PlayStation.
Sure.
Keanu Reeves joins the Sonic universe and does the actual voice for Shadow in one of the newest games, the Sonic.
Oh, he does it in the game
Shadow
too?
Generation. Yeah,
That's cool.
I thought that was actually pretty cool. I was like, good
Yeah.
for him. Like that's a really cool way. He's not new to the video game world. Cyberpunk.
Wait,
Johnny
what's he in?
Silverhand, right?
Johnny Silverhand, baby.
Yeah, he was cool. He's a terrorist, but he's cool.
Is a sticker.
He's
Anyway.
a sticker. Thanks
Um,
for that.
Alan Wake, I don't know if it wasn't on PlayStation, but it's coming to PlayStation, and they announced a DLC for it that's also coming to PlayStation and everywhere else.
Ooh.
I never really cared. That's another game I would have made the excuse or made the remark that it's just a glorified cinematic movie
Never
or
played it.
glorified interactive movie. I think Alan Wake 2 is, from what I've
I know
seen.
people that like it. I've never played it myself, but
Uh,
bunch of awards and everything.
Kane remaster. That one was cool until I saw the treatment they gave that fucking remaster, and I was like, this is like the most bare minimum fucking effort put into a fucking remaster.
it sucks.
And I'm kind of mad because you got games that literally haven't come, like, just, I would say came out within 15 to 10 years. Well, I'd say 10 years. The Horizon, right? That's within 10 years, I believe. And they're remastering that game already, and they're giving
that's dumb.
the most effort they can to remaster this to make it look so well when they could have put those resources into a game like Legacy of Kain or all of their older titles. I know we
For
already
psyops.
yeah I'm gonna go crazy.
I feel like we're the only two people in the world that want that remastered.
I
Nobody
feel
ever
like we're
knows
the
what the
only
fuck
two
we're
people in the
talking
world that know that game.
Yeah, nobody ever fucking knows what the hell I'm talking about.
Hitman got a VR announcement.
Okay.
I was like, come on, like
why? Why?
I
Hitman?
don't know.
Just so you
anything
could feel
VR
the
pretty
motion
much.
of like choking someone out with fiber wire.
You feel the chokes and the last gasps of air.
The things like
Yes.
vibrate as the people are breathing slowly. It's crazy.
Then you have
I think that
Dynasty-
sounds dope. Sneaking up on somebody and just
I mean, yeah, but I don't know. Then you gotta like pick them up and then put them in a fucking crate.
Yeah.
That's too much work. Give me the controller.
Then I have on the announcements that came out, Monster Hunter got its finally got its release date, February 28th of 2025. No.
Delayed.
No way it gets
Delayed.
delayed, dude. That game looks so clean and crisp. The team behind it has always been so.
When did this last one come out that you're playing?
Which one?
The one that you're playing, or the one that you played recently? When did that
I think it was 2016 from Monster Hunter World.
That's still pretty recent. You don't need a sequel this soon.
Get the fuck out of here. Okay, it came out 2018. But yeah, still get the fuck out of here.
Super fucking recent.
Well, because then they came out with another game, which was Monster Hunter Rise, but all the other Monster Hunter games genuinely came out and were released on the Nintendo DSs. So it's always been like Nintendo product. So after Monster Hunter World, they came out with Monster Hunter Rise, and it was exclusively on the Nintendo Switch. And it's like back to its more arcadey feel, and it wasn't like realistic and had the vibes that Monster Hunter World has. Monster Hunter World was their best-selling game by far, like dwarfed every other game because it came out on all platforms and it looks so well, looks so great. And so now this Monster Hunter Wilds is like the spiritual successor sequel to Monster Hunter Worlds, and it looks so beautiful, looks great. It's gonna release on everything, and I'm so stoked. It looks amazing. Coming out February 28th. They have like all this information on it. I'm so stoked. You guys got to jump in that one with me. I feel like I can get you on this, and it'll be fun
for like a day.
No way. The grind on that game is nuts. You'll be like, I'm jonesing at him.
I'm really sorry I always bring this up, but like, just what if it comes out and then it's like Anthem all over again?
Okay, so Anthem has no other game prior to Anthem that was like Anthem.
Sure.
Monster Hunter has had, I don't even know, multiple.
So
at least
are you
over
saying
5
that
or 6
sequels can never be bad?
No, but I'm saying if you're going to compare a game to Anthem, which has nothing to go off of except for what it is, these other ones kind of hold more water when comparing it, and have
so not Anthem, Destiny 2.
Okay, so Destiny 2 is a live service game that released actually decently well and was actually functionally playable and did everything was fine, and only failed because of the way they continued to handle the live service, which was all the microtransactions.
I'm just trying to bring down
horribly
your high,
handled,
man, and it's not working.
It's not, because I can give you a million reasons why Monster Hunter and the community behind it are just way better.
Okay,
and more trustworthy.
Just to throw this in there, Destiny has always been bad. They did.
I disagree.
No, they did this shit from the beginning. They started it off with, oh, here's Destiny 1 and here's the fucking season pass with all of the DLC, and all you got was 2 fucking weak ass DLCs that within a year later they're like, oh, here's this new shiny DLC we have that's gonna cost $40, which is quite literally 66% of the original price of the game. And then they're like, this is the big one, this is gonna be dope, blah blah blah. And then they're like, oh, by the way, more DLC, send us more money. And every single DLC progressively got worse until they got to the second fucking game, and then it was the exact same thing all over again. Here's the season pass. That's not all of the fucking DLC you're gonna get. Here's more garbage DLC. And then, like you said, they swapped to microtransactions, and the game just went completely downhill because they were trying to fucking save face at that point. And now I think it's playable because it's free to play.
I still would say it's playable because of all the shit they're doing and pulling. However, I want to say that the first Destiny, I think, was actually pretty solid. Even with the DLC that they added, I thought was a lot of fun, and was a lot of stuff they gave you within it. And then they did a lot of bullshit, bougie shit. They should have never been a second game. They should have just handled the first game with live service and not. That's another thing. Over.
Destiny 2 basically could have just been another expansion.
Yes, absolutely. And Destiny 2 is kind of like when I first put my, like when I was heavily into those games, it's kind of like when I first put up my guard, like maybe something's not right here. And then the whole Bungie owning the whole rights to the game instead of Activision Blizzard, I was like, awesome. This has been the problem the whole time. And then you find out that wasn't. You find out that Bungie was the problem the whole time. And it's funny because Pirate Software talked about this. And he's like, it's kind of crazy to think that Activision Blizzard was the one pulling back the reins on all the bullshit that they were trying to do. Because that's genuinely what it was. And Destiny 2 showcased a lot of that. They started taking away content and were like, don't worry, it's because we're giving you this much, so we're going to take away this much. And that shit blew my mind that so many people were okay with that. I was like, this makes no sense. Why is everyone like just, I mean, there was a lot of pushback on it, but there was way more acceptance on it, which made no sense. You're taking away like
That
two
was
different
another
planets.
thing I forgot I had an
Yeah.
issue with was, you paid for a certain product, and then they took that away
They
from you,
took-
and they were
dude,
like,
that
"Oh
was-
no,
that was in
there's your
Destiny
key
2.
jingle, Adam." Yeah,
Yeah,
they're like,
no,
"Oh, here's
literally,
something shiny over here.
literally.
We took this dope thing away, but here's something
Foul.
shiny over here." Yeah, I'm
Foul.
all set on that.
And it's, the Destiny community became very complacent. The people who still play the game, very complacent and very accepting on a lot of BS. So I feel bad for them, but they do accept a lot of the shit that gets thrown their way. And I'm like, dude, it's basically at this point, it's like you're asking for it. Like if you didn't drop off at a certain time, like I definitely gave in more than I should have. I should have jumped out a lot earlier.
No shit.
But
Like,
I am happy
hundreds of hours earlier.
because I kept on. I was like, I was delusional. I was like,
You were a
it's
shill for that thing. For
I was like,
sure.
it's not Bungie. Bungie's not the problem.
Puffing that copium.
Yeah, absolutely. I'll take the L on that one because it's for sure what it was. And yeah, that one sucked. It sucked having that happen because like there was a lot of like
I'm not in the
promise
boat, just
and
to say this. I'm not in the boat with Derek thinking that Monster Hunter will fail, but I am in the boat of thinking that you are 100% overhyping it.
oh, I'm not.
Okay, first of all,
Derek's not trying to.
I'm
Yeah,
not
he's
saying
just
it's
trying to
gonna
kill my
fail.
high.
I'm just fucking with that.
Yeah.
I don't think it's gonna fail.
He thinks
See,
he literally just messaged me right now and said there's no shot in hell that this game
Derek.
You would hear me.
He said they're
type
not even gonna break even.
He said, "That's Derek going on right now." But
But
regardless of that, aside from Destiny, wow, that was a weird derail. But fuck
sorry,
it, we're-
yeah.
that Destiny, that shit sucks, man. That to people still playing that game, I'm sorry you're trapped in that. I'm sorry you.
I
love
think
it.
it's crazy when I
mean,
see people on my friends list, like on Xbox, still playing
still
Destiny
playing
2.
it,
I'm like,
dude.
dude, I mean, respect that dedication. There's one person on my friends list that to this day, from the day it got launched on Xbox, I don't think I've seen him play another game aside from PUBG. It's all he plays. It's all he plays, even
But
to
people
this
get locked,
day.
man.
Dude, yeah, you that one game that scratches that itch for you, and you can't get away. I mean, that's Tarkov for me. I hate how much I can't get away from that game.
That one, yeah, that one. I'm still like, even for Utah, I'm like, you get nothing out of that. Honestly, at the end of the day, there's nothing you like when they wipe. It's wipe. Like the only thing
Yeah.
you carry over is your knowledge. You get nothing you
Yes.
earned stays with you.
Yes.
That is like the biggest killer for me ever wanting to play Tarkov.
Yeah.
I like a.
I completely understand that, and I don't know why I'm into it, but they are doing a non-wiping version. Like when 1.0 comes out and the official release comes out, there's going to be a version of the game like this to where you go through and it wipes, and then there's going to be a standalone, like, just keeps going forever. You always have that shit in your stash.
Are you
'Cause
gonna
I'm-
play that one?
I'm the type of person that would be displaying trophy heads. Like, yeah, look at where I was. Look at how much I did. Like, this is great. I love that I have this that displayed all the hard work I did.
But that's also dope to be like, yo, look at this screenshot. I did all of this in an X amount of time.
Oh yeah, Photoshop, dude.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, to each their own, I guess. But yeah,
And
that
I would
is-
assume that once they have 1.0, like, they'll have the wipes and they'll be able to catalog your actual stats and shit like that. Like, oh, in the first wipe, you did this, and then you can see your progression through wipes and stuff like that.
fair enough. Back to the PlayStation stuff. So I did come
We're
at
all over the
Horizon.
place.
Yeah, we really are, but that's fine. Back to like the Horizon news that they did get that remaster. that one's BS. I think that's bogus to PlayStation. Like, once again, that's just dirty business practice to
that's
get more
dumb.
money. They're like, hey, if you own the game before, it's only going to cost you $10 to get the remaster. And it's like, it shouldn't
Yeah.
even be a thing. It shouldn't even exist. All this time and money shouldn't have gone into this project and could have gone into something more, something the players actually want. But for Horizon news that does look actually pretty funny and interesting, and I wouldn't blame anybody for jumping into it, was the Lego Horizon. The little trailer they showed for that, I was like, that was actually pretty funny. The little little jokes they're making towards other Sony products within the game. I was like, that's cool.
It's
I can
far
get
and few
behind that.
between that Lego misses though. Like I would
That's very
expect
true.
this game to be good.
No.
Right. And then there's going to be a Stellar Blade and Nier collab. Those are just waifu dreams collabing right there for a bunch of people. I'm kind of curious. Is it going to be? It's got to be within Stellar Blade since that's the more recent title, I'm assuming. And then maybe it's just going to be a skin, or maybe it might be a side mission where you actually get to play as B2 with the main chick from Stellar Blade, or I don't know how that's going to go. But that's
No
interesting, and I know it's
idea.
caught a lot of people's attention. But then the final one was like the big news for Sony. Everyone's really hyped about it. Was the Ghost of Yotai, and that's going to be like the
sequel to Ghost of Tsushima.
Yes.
I still gotta play that game. I started
Same
it.
here. I'm waiting for it to be on sale, but it's very high on my list of shit that I want to play. Looks
Do you
good.
know what is on sale right now?
All of
On
the
what?
Kojima stuff?
All of the Dark Souls games.
On Steam?
Yes.
Oh, really?
Nice.
Yes.
And
And everyone told me Dark Souls 3 is never gonna be on fucking sale. Fuck you.
who said that?
Everybody, you did.
No way. So full of shit. But back to the Ghost of Yotai really quick.
It looks cool.
The game looked very beautiful. I was like, damn, that looks
So
like
does Ghost of
genuinely
Tsushima.
true. Which is something I'm happy is on Steam. I'll have to actually try that out. Ghost of Yotai, I really hope gets released the same day as on PC. I don't know if it will. That's the thing that sucks about
won't.
some of these PlayStation announcements is more than likely, they will not be releasing same day on PC, which is such a bummer.
Is that how you
'cause-
pronounce it too?
I think so. I could be wrong. Yotai, maybe it's not.
I was always curious, and you said it with such confidence.
Yeah, I really did.
And I was like, oh,
someone's listening like, what the hell?
Someone down
is
in the
this?"
chat, go ahead and let us know.
Right.
yeah, right.
Tell us how you feel. And so then after the PlayStation showcase, a day later or 2 days later, I forgot exactly when. I think it's 2 days later, he had the Xbox showcase. A lot of JRPGs. Xbox really trying to hammer in that Japanese gamers.
It's a
lot of-
market they've missed for quite some time.
Right.
Sony has had that shit on the lock, boy. There's so many people that
Absolutely.
are literally buy PlayStation just for the JRPGs.
Right. I was surprised to see that they opened up with the Snake Eater. They have a more in-depth look. I don't know if you caught that, Todd, but they have a more in-depth with some of the cinematics of that remaster of Snake Eater, which
Another
is
one
actually
where
pretty
I
sick.
don't need to see
I
any-
gotta be right back.
You're good.
Okay.
That's another one where I feel like you don't need to see anything. I just know it's gonna be phenomenal, and I can't wait for it.
So me not knowing anything about Snake Eater, like I only know of the games. I know nothing about the games except for Snake and all that stuff. But like, yeah, I have no basic knowledge of like anything aside from names. And so just seeing because this was like one of those old. Was this the first game? Is Snake Eater the first game?
No, Snake Eater's the third. in the
Okay.
series, yeah. So it goes Metal Gear Solid, Metal Gear Solid 2, Sons of Liberty, and then Metal Gear Solid 3, Snake Eater.
Okay.
But technically, Snake Eater is a prequel. To
Prequel.
all of them.
Okay. I was about to ask that question next because they're calling Snake something else.
Big
Is it
Boss.
Jake? And Jake or something or Jacob or something, I think, right? Or something like that. Or Zach. Or I think that's what they were. Maybe they were talking to somebody
No,
else and I just assumed they
do
were.
call him by, I think, a first name. I can't remember what it is, though.
Interesting. But yeah,
Yeah.
So that's kind of cool though. And looks
Oh, is he
graphically
Big
it looks
Boss in that
amazing.
one? Now I'm getting mixed up.
But it looks really good. And that one I'm like might actually be my first introduction to playing the Metal Gear Solid games. I don't know because
Dude,
I never
can't
ever
wait
really
for
got
it. You
into them.
should. That's,
Right.
I just saw they had the. That's why I thought that's what Derek was gonna mention. They have that Kojima sale on Steam right
Steam?
now.
Oh
And
shit! Maybe
all of
something
the
I should
Metal
check
Gear
out.
Solids are on sale right now.
Yeah, maybe. I
So,
don't know. Who knows? Maybe I might get into them earlier. But aside from that, though, that showcase, that little showcase they did of the trailer and all that looked really good.
oh,
And then for
yeah.
you, I mean, Derek doesn't really need to be here for this part because it's more directed to you. Is the Overwatch collab with My Hero Academia?
Oh, I thought you were about to talk about the one they're doing currently with World of Warcraft.
Oh, I saw that one too. That
Yeah, I
one does
thought-
look actually pretty cool. I was
Yeah,
like, they're upping their game on their cosmetics for their collabs because like it started off kind of
They have
poorly, I'd
to.
say.
They have
Right.
to because that's how they're making their money. It's a free to play game, so it's just like Fortnite. All of their cosmetics, like one skin, $20.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Shit.
so it's a free to play game, but if you want anything cool, you cough up that money, man. Cough
Better
up that
get-
fucking money.
Pull out that wallet.
For real.
But,
And it's dirty the way they do it. So they released mythic skins, which basically when you level them up, once they get to their final level, they have like a kill effect. So like when you kill them, your gun kind of like fucking whatever it does. Like
Yeah.
I don't know, it does something cool. And in the season pass, you can earn obviously every game has a season pass, $10, just like everything else. You go through the ranks, and typically in other games, when you get a season pass, by the end of it, you get enough coins to get the next season pass. So you kind of only have to buy it once, but it keeps
right.
you coming back to play it so you can get enough to play it to
Right.
do it the next time around. They don't do that. You only get like 400 to 600 coins, so you still have to spend money the next time around, guaranteed. And then on top of that, you get those mythic points for like the skin for a character or for a gun, however you want to do it, whatever you want to spend it on. But when it's all said and done, to unlock the mythic thing, it's 50, and then everything after that is 90. Or I'm sorry, is 10. So there's I think 5 stages to it, which makes it 90. Maybe I'm misquoting this. But I'm pretty sure regardless, at the end of it, like you complete the entire season pass and you're still 10 points short of whatever it is that you're trying to get. So you can get literally all the way to the last level, and then you can't get that last level for like the pizzazz that you want for. I'm trying to think, like Reinhardt, his hammer, he has like a fucking thing to where when you kill somebody, it has a kill effect on them. You can't get that without spending money on top of the money you already spent on the season pass after you grinded out the season pass. So
That's foul.
it's rough. It's
You know what
rough.
blows my mind? Love or hate them, Fortnite does that the best.
Yes.
And it's surprising that
Yeah.
everyone knows Fortnite does it the best. All these game companies know Fortnite does it the best. They do it the way if you buy it once, you can just carry on that currency because you would get it back.
Mm-hmm.
Some of their cosmetics are not crazy expensive and still look really cool, even if it's for like bigger name stuff. They kind of break it down to smaller pieces if you just want to buy this or that. They do it the best. I don't know how companies don't see that and go, why is Fortnite doing so good? And then they don't emulate those practices within their own games. It makes no sense to me.
Yeah.
I still think that they would come out profitable by doing those things with Overwatch.
I think
If you were to-
Overwatch is trying to get to that point with, again, like how everything is. They do have cool skins that you don't have to pay for. Like the stuff that you get in the season pass, I'm not going to sit here and say like, oh, that's bullshit. Like the stuff you get in the season pass is pretty cool. Even some of the free stuff you get in the season pass. But it's just like everything that, obviously the coolest of the coolest shit is going to be a minimal of $20. Like they have the World of Warcraft stuff going on. I could probably pull up the game, and if you wanted to be Arthas, who is Reinhardt, I guarantee you it's going to be 2,400, and that's basically $25 just for
Damn.
one skin. And I'm like, fuck, man, like that's rough. And then on top of that, you want me to pay $10 for the battle pass, and then on top of that you want me to pay, I mean, you don't want me to, but if I want the fucking cool thing, I have to pay that extra $10 just to get the last increment of the mythic thing, or I can roll the dice and hope that that mythic is still unlocked next season when I start that battle pass and then get the 10 coins
God
from that. And
damn.
it's just such a vicious fucking circle, man. Regardless, at the end of it, if you want it here and now, spend money.
I just feel like, yeah, when it comes to microtransactions, if you were to treat it as both parties are benefiting from it, then it's a win. That's
Yes.
the way I feel Fortnite handles it. And so many game companies will opt to fuck you over in the end and be
Yep.
like, well, we're just going to be the winners. We don't care that you're
Yeah.
getting dog
Even
shit, you know?
Diablo is a good example of that. Like, they didn't do that. They promised, oh man, you're gonna get some really cool stuff with the free stuff, and the free stuff was not nearly as cool. I mean,
You're right.
that's all subjective, I guess. Obviously, like,
Right.
everyone thinks whatever is cool is cool.
If
but,
you
like,
ask the CEO, he'd be like, what are you talking about? The straw hat was the best item.
Exactly, and then you got this guy over here with like a flaming skull mask, and he's like, "No, that shit's lame, dude. Like, everyone's
Right.
doing that shit."
No, actually, a straw hat would be really dope. I don't know why I'd use that. A burlap sack. There you go.
Yeah.
Represent
Respect.
One Piece. Right? But yeah, exactly.
So yeah, that's my
CEO.
rant on microtransactions.
No, I'm
Fuck
with you
that
on that.
shit, man.
Absolutely.
Fuck that shit. I'm
Uh,
all for microtransactions, like you said, when it's for the betterment of the consumer and the person selling it to me.
Right.
I don't know what.
There's a way for both parties to win.
What's the opposite of consumer? I'm blanking on that.
The distributor,
Distributor, sure. Seller.
seller,
Whatever.
right? Whatever you want to call them.
No, that's it.
But yeah, so why we brought that up was they're doing a My Hero Academia. Overwatch
Yes.
is doing a My Hero Academia, and that's when. So we
It's
did
not the
Kar-
first time they've done anime before. Like, they've
Right.
done One Punch Man.
I remember the One Punch Man, and
Yeah.
I was like, okay, I feel like not that much effort was put into it as far as like, I don't know. I didn't think it looked as well as these new ones with My Hero Academia look. The attention to details, and then you brought up the World of Warcraft. It's like, holy shit, that's right. That attention to detail even looked better than like their game on cosmetics has gone up. But then you brought up a good point. Is when they did One Punch Man, was the game free to play at that point?
Yeah.
Oh, okay,
Yeah,
maybe okay.
Overwatch 2 has always been free. to
Real
play.
quick, forgive me if this has already been explained, but I walked away for a second. With the My Hero stuff that's collabing with this, is it just characters that already exist with different skins, or is
Correct.
these going to be?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Yes, it's
Yeah,
just
yeah.
like Brawlhalla, to where
Yeah,
you
yeah,
can
yeah.
get that fucking cool skin of Neo from the Matrix, but it's just gonna be the same moveset kind of.
Yeah, yeah.
It's not a
Okay.
completely different
They have
character.
Deku, they have All Might, they have Uraka, they have Shigaraki, and
I
forgot
think
her
it's
name, the
kind
Blood
of a
Girl.
missed opportunity on their end.
Toga.
Give me their
they
powers.
sh- I
That'd be
think they
cool.
should have gone away from My Hero Academia because it's been done in other games, Fortnite, and they should have
Right.
gone with One Piece. One Piece is hot right now, and One Piece doesn't have skins in anything, does it?
It really does. I wonder if that's them turning it down or if nobody,
Or
because
if it's
it is
One
wild
Piece
to
just
me.
won't do
That's
it.
what
Right.
I'm thinking.
I has
why
to be
don't
that
you
point
see
because of
any-
how
That's
yeah.
a gold mine.
Absolutely.
Everyone talks about One Piece,
It-
whether
it-
you love it or hate it. It's being talked about, and
It has to be an Oda decision, like all the games
I think so.
that have every video game that has a One Piece thing. It's just a One Piece video game. It's not
Right.
like
yeah.
a collaboration.
that's where I think the it's getting turned down on their
Okay.
end.
And
it has to be.
Maybe I would assume whoever is in that position, they reached out to them, and if not, shame on you
Because,
yeah. It would
missing
be
out on
wild that
good-
if
yeah,
it could have been done, Fortnite would have already done it.
that's how I feel.
if it ever is going to get done, it's going to be Fortnite who does it first,
Yeah.
more than likely.
So, and didn't we talk about that? How the fuck does Fortnite get the rights to all this stuff? Isn't it by just saying skins? Like, it's not they can't get copyright infringement?
I have no
Are they
idea.
actually paying Marvel? Are they actually paying, or not even Marvel? Are they paying Disney? Are they paying all of
Well,
these
see,
people, these powerhouses?
That Disney one's actually interesting now because it almost did like a reverse. Instead of them paying for it, we know what was the deal. I think like $3 billion or I forgot what exactly it was. But Disney just paid Fortnite or Epic Games a ton of money to do a huge partnership. So we'll be seeing a lot more Marvel and Disney products within games like Fortnite and anything that Epic owns because they have this huge partnership. So I'm not every company is going to do that. And I'm sure Fortnite or Epic Games reaches out to all these other companies and just waves money at them and they go, yes.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Because they're doing it right, man. The gaming community is happy. Like, I don't hear people shitting on Fortnite players anyways. Like, they're happy with the current state of the game. Like, seasons have ups and downs. Like, some seasons are a hit, some seasons are a miss. But overall, like, the community seems happy, which is insane for the longevity that the game's been going on.
Yeah.
Yep.
It's not my cup of tea, but it's a lot of people's cups of tea, and they fucking love that shit.
Really quick, in the description of this video right now for this live, I did ask the question if you guys did tune into all the Xbox or PlayStation or just Tokyo Game Show. What was your favorite video game announcement that got announced? Just want to put that out there. Feel free to throw it in the chat. But still talking about the Xbox showcase.
Zero.
Unfortunately, wasn't talked about. However, the whole
The whole
Tokyo Game Show, I think they will, because the whole Tokyo Game Show is supposed to be this whole weekend. So I'm sure they can talk about.
Still doing good. Haven't fucking
really looked
at
into
anything. Blah blah blah. The only thing I know, which actually made me really fucking happy, and I get it.
Oh, I thought I was ready to say mad.
Technically about they're technically throwing in transformations and whatnot, but I'm pretty sure I was on this podcast saying that there's no way they're gonna hit that 150 mark that we had in Tenkaichi 3, and sure enough, 182 for the character list. And
I did not see the number. That's crazy.
182, and I'm assuming obviously that's with the transformation.
Genuinely,
so like Goku is gonna be like 30 of those, but still, I'm okay
genuinely
with that.
Genuinely crazy, especially in this day and age when
182 at release date. Well, I'm sure you have to get them, like unlock them,
like unlock them.
But you don't have to pay extra DLC for that. So beautiful.
That is insane.
Yeah.
So I don't know if is Jiren in the game? Super characters are in it, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
We're gonna get Ultra Instinct Goku too. That's crazy.
But I haven't seen anything else. So,
they will have DLC characters as well too.
Yep,
I did see that.
I think this is the first game
So they're gonna at the end. They're gonna hit over 200
long.
Characters.
Oh, easily, gotta be.
Yeah.
This is the first game, and I don't know how long that I will actually like pre-order and do the fucking 3 days early and whatnot.
What's the release?
Hell yeah, I'm with you on that. Yeah,
do the big bundle on that one.
Do you know when it's coming out?
October 10th.
Yep.
Oh shit.
No,
far away at all.
Or the 11th, something like that.
Either.
I think it's some. Regardless, 3 days earlier than that.
Yes.
I probably won't do that, but I'll be there on the date
for sure. Then there was
and we'll have Daima to talk about.
We should
definitely figure out a way to watch that all together. We
can record that. Record our reactions, watching it and whatnot.
Can we?
There's ways. I've seen how people do it. It's weird, but I mean, even if the camera, they'll have clips. They'll like cut it and edit it, but they'll also like have like an overlay and have the opacity of the video like super low where you can barely see it, and they'll have like a watermark or something over it so the viewer can barely see it, but kind of get an understanding of what's going on to see all these other people's reactions to it.
I didn't think all that. If we want to do it that way, that's cool. But I was just thinking we should at least watch the first episode so we can.
That's true.
All like collectively watch it together. Like stream.
Yeah, we should watch all of it.
Oh yeah. We'll be covering it easily.
Yeah.
But yeah. Regardless of that, as far as Xbox stuff, there was you guys know Katamari, the rolling the ball game. It's like an old school game.
Is that
and you would
something
stick
that
to
came with
things
the 360?
I think so, like back in the day, and you're like this little character that was rolling a ball that would stick to things, and you constantly made it giant until it was like
Got
grabbing
bigger and
people
bigger and bigger. Yeah,
buildings.
yeah. Yep.
They're doing like a remaster of that, and it's called the re-rolled version. So
Of course.
then there's a new hero shooter. I've heard about this before, but like never really like paid attention. It's got an interesting mechanic on top of it because I'm like, all right, I still probably won't play because I'm not really big on the hero shooters, but it's a 5v5 hero shooter called Fragpunk. And the little twist on this
I
one
heard about this one.
is cards. You have like cards with abilities that you shuffle through, and you would pick your kind of like layout of different cards to use and bring into matches. So I was like, that's kind of interesting, kind of like sprucing things up with these special characters on top of adding like ability cards.
Like, didn't Paladins have like a system like that?
See, I'm not really in tuned with the hero shooter or whatever genre. I could be
wrong, but I think Paladins had something like that, to where maybe it wasn't cards, but it was kind of like you chose what to upgrade your abilities in, even though it was still a hero shooter. Like they were kind of taking elements from other things to where, okay, I got X amount of XP in that last round, so I can put it in my alternate ability and stuff. Maybe I'm misremembering, because I haven't played Paladins in a long time. Hey, correct me down below in the comments.
But yeah, so that game, so like I said, I'm not really into hero shooters, but it has an interesting concept. There's another game that I'm not really into those type of games, but with the way it's played, I'm like, that's actually kind of interesting. And it was a MOBA style game. So if you were just to look at this game, it would just look like a MOBA.
I'm not too big on the MOBAs.
Right. But it's called Ashura. I might be butchering the name, Ashura-Jang or something like that. And it looks like a MOBA top-down style game, but it's a battle royale. So you're starting in X amount of wherever on the map, and the map just starts to like crumble behind you, and it keeps on shrinking you down into the middle. I was like,
and I never really thought and stuff like that.
Yeah, and it literally looks like they're like
League, but
it legit looks like if you were to take a still of it.
Dope.
Right. That's why I was like, you know what? I'm not into that, but like maybe I am. Like that sounds like a cooler way of playing instead of like capturing different points and playing like an actual MOBA.
Because like MOBAs are more like tower defense, and it's so weird. Like I love tower defense. I could literally play fucking Bloons tower defense for hours. That fucking monkey shit where you're just popping balloons for hours at a time. I could do that shit for a very long time. But something about MOBAs, even Smite, a lot of people like Smite. Smite's got dope fucking skins. You can be the avatar, all that shit.
Right.
I just not my thing, man. Not my thing.
But yeah, Ashura-Jang, I might be messing up the name, but yes, it was very kind of interesting, and I was like, you know, I could see me playing something like that and giving it a shot. There was a Bleach game that got announced, and I was kind of at first the kind of vibes it was given out, I was like, is this going to be like an actual like length game that has like you fighting minions and stuff and then fighting boss battles? But they just showed like a fight between two big dudes, so it might just be your typical anime fighting game. So I was kind of actually hoping it would have been like Dark Souls type or something. I think that would be sick. Right. But I had kind of hopes for that, but they only showed him fighting like other big name dudes, and I was like, maybe it's just like an anime fighting dude.
Bleach, I would think of like a Devil May Cry kind of game,
right? Or that, that would be like literally if they
like
did if they. I was hoping the whole time when they were showing the trailer for it, was like, show him fighting a bunch of little like lower level hollows or something, like where I was like, then this could be sick. Or like if it was pitched like Kingdom Hearts almost, you know, like how you're fighting all these like smaller dudes and you have your boss fights, but it just looked like it was just straight up like a Naruto or One Piece game where you're just fighting bosses while the story goes after each boss fight, or you know, Dragon Ball Z Tenkaichi or whatever.
Yeah.
So they didn't show too much on it. I could still be wrong, but it didn't. I mean, looked good. I never knew there was any other Bleach. I don't know if there is any other Bleach game, but it was called Bleach Rebirth of Souls or something like that. Not bad.
Bleach game.
There was a mech game called Sin Duality that looked kind of like okay, like maybe, but it was a JRPG, so Derek definitely wouldn't be in for that.
Nope.
But then there was this other game that caught my attention because it has a really cool mechanic, and it was called Slitterhead. And you're playing as an entity.
Doity.
Yeah. But you're playing as like an entity that can possess human bodies, and you use your blood to fight, and you lose your health while using the like fighting with it. And it shows him like doing parkour on like these buildings, and he'll jump off the building without any plan of like grabbing anything, and he would just leave that person's body to go into someone else's body.
Are they dead?
You're jumping bodies, yeah.
That's
So
dope.
he'd jump off.
When he leaves the body, do they regain their consciousness?
I don't know. I'm
That
That's what I was
assuming
asking.
so.
That's what I was asking. If they like, do
I'm
they stay
assuming
dead?
I think so. I don't
Good.
know.
That'd
'Cause
be
it
crazy.
looked like he just jumped off a building. Then he went and jumped and possessed somebody who was standing on their balcony. And then
The
he
body
turned
just
around,
falls.
and then he didn't turn around and look at the body. He just kept on running. He was like running down like an alleyway, but from building to building. Jumped off, jumped into somebody in a bleacher.
That's crazy.
They ran off, or not bleacher,
What
but
the
balcony.
hell?
Jumped off again, jumped into somebody
What
over
is this
there.
called?
It's called Slitterhead.
Slitterhead.
Slitterhead, head, yeah. And then he's fighting like these weird creatures. There's like this praying mantis giant creature that looked demonic, and then he's like
I don't know why, but,
pulling
like,
out
it reminds
blood
me of
and, like,
Prototype.
yes. The way they
How
fight
weird?
looks a lot like
Okay.
Prototype. With the blood, I was like, yo, hold on, let me get this thing to focus really quick.
Yeah, just the way you're describing it. Obviously, I haven't seen whatever you're talking about, but
Okay.
it sounds like Prototype.
The way he's fighting looks a lot like Prototype, but
Interesting.
yeah, he was in this room, a small room, and he's fighting this creature. It's about to hit him. There's another person who was standing in the background. He just switched to them, got hit with the creature, but didn't take the blow because he's now in this new body. And I was like, this looks really good. And I was like, this
Nice.
actually was probably one of the bigger things that stuck out to me within the Xbox showcase. But it's supposed to takes place in a fictional Asian city in the 90s. So that's the vibe they're going for. I was like, this looks cool. This looks really cool. So
Oh yeah.
keeping my eye out for Slitterhead. That could be a sleeper.
Okay.
Then the bigger news that not too crazy, but like this is actually pretty huge news, is that Xbox did announce that they have a partnership with Square Enix. And that partnership, so Square Enix
Here we
releases,
go.
it's not a purchase, it's just a partnership. And it's so Square Enix can release a bunch of their titles that were never on the Xbox to the Xbox. And it's, as of right
I
now,
thought it
it's
was gonna
nothing
be like
crazy.
they hold the rights to.
No,
I thought it was
no,
gonna
no.
be Assassin's Creed shit.
No. And it was like,
Isn't Assassin's
No,
Creed
that's
Square
Ubisoft.
Enix? I thought it was
Ubisoft.
both.
maybe, I don't know.
Square Enix? I don't think so.
So when they talked about it, it's
I know
just like, hey,
Ubisoft, obviously, but
it's letting you know that we do have a partnership with Square Enix, and it's just to show that we're still strong in their community and all this stuff. We're not being forgotten with them and all this and that.
Are Final
But-
Fantasy games on Game Pass?
I don't know, but
They're
they
about
did
to
announce right. Their Final Fantasy 1 through 6 is coming to the Xbox. I don't know if it's coming to Game Pass, but I guess it would make
holy
sense.
shit!
Yeah,
If they're partnering with Square
Why
Enix,
they do
then
1
yeah.
through 6? Why didn't they do 7?
that's a good question. No
What
idea.
the fuck?
Unless 7's
They
already
give
on
the
there.
People what they want.
The remake of 7 might be already on there.
I thought that
Right.
was
Yeah.
a PlayStation exclusive.
Maybe it was a
I
time
don't know shit
exclusive.
about
The
fuck.
remake might have been a PlayStation.
I thought it was
exclusive.
a PlayStation exclusive, but maybe I don't.
Because
know
I
shit.
think
Speaking
it was one of
of
those free games, like if you have
PlayStation
PlayStation Plus, like
exclusives.
one of the months for
yes,
free might have been the remaster might have been on that. So
I think I do remember that.
yeah.
But speaking of PlayStation exclusives, a game they should remaster, which I think would be good in this day and age, Infamous.
Oh, it's funny you brought that up. Because when people were bitching about Horizon, there was so many people going, "Why this game and why not these games?" And it showed all 3
Yes.
Infamous games. They're like,
Dude,
please, for the love of
But
God.
that's one that I want so bad because that was in the era of me having the 360 and you guys having the PS3. So like my only fucking exposure to that was seeing Derek play it and running around the city a little bit, like grinding on the fucking
Yeah.
the power lines and whatnot. But
Like,
like I
such a
never
good game.
actually played the game, and I know I would like that game. I know
I
for a
regret
fact I
not
would like
really
that game.
Diving into the other games. I don't think I ever beat that game either.
Which
Really,
one?
Infamous.
The first
one?
Yeah, the first.
We beat the
I might
first
have.
one.
We did.
beat the
Oh,
first
okay,
one, yeah.
okay.
Because when we had that, like, we were like,
was-
oh, that's
I
a
for
crazy
sure
way that
didn't-
ends
I
because it
didn't-
had like a good ending and a bad ending and all
I
that.
for sure
Yeah.
didn't really dive into the rest of the games though.
Remember going evil and your lightning turning to red? That was
Red,
sick.
Yes, that shit was so dope. There's little things like that they just don't do no more. We talked
They
about
were
Fable
truly
with
don't.
the horns and the halo, dude.
Yeah, they really don't.
Horns and Fable were so cool.
I do hope that I don't have
How
high
would you
hopes.
Pick anything else.
Right. I hope,
Yeah, I was. Whenever someone was like, "Oh, I'm good," like, why?
right.
Billy.
If
Are
I
you
were-
listening,
yeah,
Billy?
Billy. Yeah, you watch
We're talking shit.
fucking Halo. Get that crap out of here.
Regardless,
if
but
I watch someone playing Fable and they have a Halo up, I'm like, you're not even really playing this game, man.
yeah, I
What
don't
are
have
you
high
doing?
hopes for the new Fable, but if they bring that back, that'll be really cool.
That's a big dub.
That would be a huge dub. And then we could judge everybody on Twitch, and if we see them with a Halo, we can bully them in the comments.
Yeah.
Like, oh, look at you, Mr. Goody Two Shoes over here.
Mr. Goody Two-Shoes. Again, you're not really experiencing the game.
Right.
Crazy.
But after that, that was basically all like the big news. There were some other games I definitely missed out on talking about, but there were some of them that just really didn't hold my interest or I didn't think were noteworthy to talk about. Like there was this game that was like a party, like you play with your friends, and it looks like you're playing as Tetris pieces, but they're animals. But with animal faces. It looked really weird. I was like, yeah, I'm not gonna even worry about writing this down. And I was like, this does not look like anything that I seem interested in at all. So
That's funny.
and then Capcom had their own thing where they talked about there was one thing that was interesting aside because the whole segment was basically Monster Hunter and they talked about a lot more stuff and I was eating it up happy. Yum 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 yum. But they started it off with talking about there's going to be a Capcom Fighter Collection that will be coming to Steam. It's the Capcom Fighter Collection 2. Now we'll have like Street Fighter and stuff like that. But the big thing that stuck out for me is something that Derek brought up recently. It will also have Power Stone, and those games will all be releasing with online play. So you could we could play Power Stone with each other, Derek. But that comes out next year.
That's crazy.
I was like,
fuck
dude,
is
that's
Power
awesome.
Stone?
Power Stone was that shit that me and Adam were fucking bricked up for on the Dreamcast, man.
Yeah, it was back
Oh,
when
yeah.
it was a
Yeah,
Dreamcast game,
that
and it was
you
it was
had the
sick.
original
Spoiled
Sega, but
motherfuckers, boy.
yeah, we had the Dreamcast. That thing was fucking great. And if we weren't playing Sonic Adventure, we were playing Power Stone.
Yeah.
I remember playing the absolute fuck out of Sonic Adventure on the Dreamcast.
Absolutely.
This
I
is the
feel
greatest Sonic game
yeah,
of all time.
whenever I came
Well,
over, I
two,
feel like
but
that
yeah.
was what we were playing at the fuck. That was at the Brick House, but
Yep.
fucking.
Mm-hmm.
And then Jason
Yeah.
screwed up our disc. That
So-
man
yeah, I
was
remember
so.
talking
What
about
kind of
that.
hate in his heart that he had?
to put a disc under your
Right?
mattress.
He
with
just
the
really didn't
springs?
like seeing you guys
Spring
happy.
wire. Yeah, literally. He saw our happiness and was like, I don't like that they're down
Yeah,
here in the
you're
basement
smiling.
with me.
Fuck you guys.
They laughed and woke me up once, or maybe I don't know what it was.
I don't know.
We were like, we lost the disc, and I think I'm pretty sure we got yelled at for losing that disc. But you guys know that's
Probably.
what you get for not putting
Oh,
away
yeah,
your games
Mom
Yeah,
said
properly.
you don't
Yeah,
take
we
care
got
of your
that,
shit.
yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely.
Which, as a parent, I probably would have said the same thing, not knowing that one of my children had malicious intent. We are had an older brother, Jason, who totally destroyed that disc. What an ass!
Yeah.
What an ass, Jason! If
He-
you're listening,
Nah, right here, buddy. I'll never forget that. I'll never
No
forgive him for that. That's
shot.
just so dirty. Yeah, he took the disc and he hit it, but he hit it underneath his mattress. But at the time, he had a spring, box spring, or
it was the '90s, you know,
Yeah.
so the early 2000s.
And
so
when
it
we
was
found
literally just a
it after
mattress on
moving.
top of a fucking
Was it
metal
after
frame.
moving?
Yep, we found it when we were moving. We didn't
I
know
don't
were it
even
was.
remember
I just
finding
remember
it.
things were
I
moving.
remember
We were like,
seeing
we
it
found it,
destroyed, and then
and
it
it
under
was
his
just
mattress.
scratched the high heaven. It was toast. It was cooked. It was
It was toast. It was cooked.
damn, dude. That was so dirty. We loved playing that game.
Yeah.
Rip Sonic Adventures disc.
Remember when Mom put the camera under there so she could watch us while she played EverQuest?
Oh,
That was hilarious.
dude, yes, I do remember the webcam just perked up.
webcam,
and
Yep.
fucking. Oh my god.
I remember we had like I don't know if it was a futon or what, but Cameron would run at me and I would like flip him over onto the bed or the futon, whatever it was, like
foot
doing
smack
like
at one
wrestling.
time.
No, I flipped him and I wasn't close to the bed, and the frame, like his back hit it, and he had a mark on there. And I think I think the wind got knocked out of him. And mom saw it all on camera because she heard us doing something, and she's like, "What's going on?" And she like tuned into her little freaking monitor she had. And I got like right as soon as it happened, I just hear my name being yelled from upstairs, and I had to go up there. They brought Cameron upstairs and they laid him down and they were like, "Are you okay?" And I'm like, "You're not dying." But oh my god, dude. Yeah, I got yelled at.
If only mom had a camera down there in
Shut
our
up,
house at
shut
Pleasant Prairie
up,
when
shut up.
Todd was approached with a
Yes.
bat.
Yes, that was when it was really
I'm
new.
gonna lie to the fucking people watching this.
No, the people need to know, Derek. I'm a victim.
Oh,
Of a yellow plastic bat.
whoa,
my-
whoa.
The fact that after all these years you're holding on to the yellow
The
plastic
fact that
bat,
you
Derek,
deny that it was a yellow
it was
bat.
blue aluminum.
It was blue
I would
aluminum.
not hit you with the yes,
Oh,
Not
yes.
the bat.
I would
Yes,
not
here
hit
we
you with the
fucking go.
aluminum bat. No shot would I hit you with the aluminum bat. It was the
You
Derek,
were
tell your
unhinged.
story.
yellow
Speak your
plastic
truth.
one. It was the long yellow plastic one that was broken. It was weak as fuck.
Right, exactly. Remember what you just said. It was broken and it was weak as fuck. So then how are you and Adam in a full, both of you only have hands on the bat, nothing but the bat. How is this plastic bat not breaking and bending and contorting when you guys are wrestling with it and shattering a light bulb?
You act like a light bulb is super fucking hard to break.
I'm not talking about the breaking of the light bulb. I'm talking
You brought
about
it
you
up.
guys. I'm talking
Uh,
about how much
my
you guys were
cheeks.
gripping this fucking bat and it's not crumpling because it's plastic.
Okay.
Why do you not recall that?
Okay.
Okay, there it is. There it is.
Who
I'm
wants
not
to
gonna
lay out the
fucking-
story and how
I
it
am
went
not
down?
Going to Adam's on team fucking Todd with this. They're both.
Oh,
against
it's
me.
100%. Oh, there's
It
no
was the
team.
metal bat. It was the metal
Thank
bat.
you.
It was not a
Thank
metal
you.
bat. It was not a metal bat.
Oh my
They're such fucking liars.
I remember hitting my knee, and I was like, and then Adam
Tell
started
the story. Tell the
wrestling with
story.
you.
Tell the story. How did this happen? How did we
okay.
get here?
All right, so we were playing, but I'm playing World of Warcraft at this moment in time. Adam's sitting, they had this whole setup. All the computers were up against the wall. It was this computer, that computer, and then there was this old rickety fucking like rocking chair that we had up against the wall in the corner. And Adam was sitting on the rocking, or no. Yes, Adam was sitting on the rocking chair, fucking looking over at me while I'm playing World of Warcraft. I'm just clacking away my own little level 5 or 6 fucking troll hunter running through the Durotar fucking
At that point,
spawning
you had been
area.
playing for hours, and you were probably more than level 5 or 6.
Let me get to that. So Derek, to this point, had been playing quite literally 10 to 12 hours. 8 to 10 of those, also he was on the phone. So he's double tasking the entire time, just completely locked in. Adam and I are like, oh man, we're just gonna have to play the 360. We'll play fucking Soul Calibur 4. We finally get an ounce. I don't even know what Derek did. He just maybe said, hey, you guys can play for a little bit, and then got up and let us play. Not even 20 minutes later, he's
20
back.
minutes is such
He's-
a crazy.
There's
lie.
no way it was more than an hour.
There's no
I
way.
fucking swear to God, no way it was more than an hour. I'll give you 40 minutes.
I don't
You're
know
back
why you guys
40
are
minutes
against me like
later,
this right now,
and
but
you're
okay.
like, hey. I really need to play World of Warcraft. And I'm like,
Oh,
Derek,
shit.
I'm grinding right now. We're in the shits. I'm level 6, dog. Like, let me get to level 10. I
These little
really
fabrications
just
that you're
need to
adding.
get my pet. I'm just trying to get a fucking boar at this point. And
Mhm.
Derek's like, I'm already epicked out of my fucking mind, but I really,
Say that.
really need to get into AV right now. And I'm like, Derek, just give me a little bit of time. So he's like, just fucking with me, because that's what we do as kids, just fucking with each other. And I'm like, Derek, leave me alone. I don't know what possesses this man to grab the plastic bat and what his eyes are. This shit was a blue aluminum bat, like tink, tink, tink. And he's messing with me, blah, blah, blah. He smacks me in the knee. That's how I know it's fucking metal, because I was the victim. You assaulted me. You hit me in the knee. It makes a loud tink. Adam, like a hero, steps in and was like, hey, leave him alone. And you guys are wrestling over the bat at this point. Again, hand on the bat, hand on the bat, hand on the bat, hand on the bat. If this thing is a yellow plastic wiffle ball bat that you're insinuating it is, it's going to crumble.
Tug of war of it. You can tug of war it.
You could chop down trees with them bad boys.
Yeah, for real. If you can tug of war with that thing, you can fucking hit a home run in a MLB stadium with that shit. So they're wrestling over it. Oh, they're fucking going back and forth. Boom, shatter a light bulb. All of us were like, because it's fucking 3 a.m. at this point, maybe. And Mona hears everything. Literally,
Mona's our mom.
To each other. Oh,
Yeah.
sorry, yeah. Mona's the mom. Sorry, I don't know if we're doing names, but we are now. How old? Derek was the oldest, obviously, being 14, like 14, 15.
No.
Were you like a freshman?
It was probably 16, 17.
Okay. That actually kind of sounds right.
16.
What
I'd
was
say
the
16.
Patty era?
We're not doing that. That's probably 16.
16, yeah. That sounds about right. So that makes me fucking 14. Just getting the shit kicked out of me. Adam comes over.
Shit kicked out of me.
They're wrestling, shatters it. All of us are like, huh? Turn the monitor off, turn the lights off, all sprint to the bed to act like we're sleeping. We're assuming she hears this and we're going to hear the fucking,
Yeah.
who's up? What the fuck's going on? Blah, blah, blah. All that shit. Then fucking 30 seconds, 45 seconds goes by and we're like, are we good? Are we good? And then we go clean up the glass and Derek ends up getting on World of Warcraft.
Yeah, we were terrified of hearing even mom wake up dad and him going,
Who the hell did this?
sorry, I just had to use it.
Yeah.
But no, yeah, Derek had a horrible addiction to World of Warcraft that
Crippling.
trumped any addiction that we had on the game, because we were all addicted to playing it and had a good time playing it. Derek,
We didn't have the opportunity to be addicted. We
Dude,
were
I remember
addicted to
used
the
to
thought
plan.
of being able to play.
That I will admit, I did not allow you guys to play it enough because it had me by the balls for a not very long time, but it had me on by the balls for a little bit there. And
I would say it was at least a summer, a full
Sure.
good summer, maybe even a full year.
something
Yeah,
like that. Sure,
for sure.
sure. So yeah, I mean, I didn't want you playing. You
The
played for more
craziest
than
thing-
a fucking 45 minutes. That's
the
crazy.
craziest thing is Derek would be up like hella late and we'll be like, fuck it, we'll go to bed early and he'll still be playing and he'll eventually go to bed. When we wake up, we'll wake up before him, obviously, because we're going to bed early. And when we woke up, this man
It would be early. We would get up early intentionally to play this shit.
and he would not that he was still
We'd
on
look
it.
over the bookshelf.
Yeah, he'd still be
Yeah,
on there. He'd be like,
yeah.
I did sleep. And it'd be like he slept for like maybe 2 hours and got right back on it. Dude it was insane.
Yeah.
It was
I was just
It
in
was
that
insane.
basement all day, every day playing World of Warcraft. It was
and
a
he
good time.
defended playing that with a metal bat.
With a metal bat.
With a metal bat. Let the record hold.
Plastic.
It was indeed metal.
Plastic.
Plastic.
I don't know if you're like suppressing it because it was a
I
traumatic
don't know
time for
why
you as well.
why you want people to think I'm this like piece of shit.
We were children. We did crazy stuff. You attacked me
Sure.
with a metal bat. What the fuck ever. It happens. But like it was for sure a metal
A
bat.
plastic bat.
I don't think you guys ever had a plastic bat in that house.
Yes, we did. We had the yellow bat. I'm not making that fucking bat up.
We had the metal,
It's
the yellow bat.
crazy. Oh,
Even if we did,
man.
I do remember what I was fighting with you with, and it was
Thank
definitely
you. No, you
that. It
Thank
was the
you.
silver and blue aluminum
Yes.
mat.
Apparently you don't.
Yes.
Apparently, you don't.
You don't recall this at all.
Me and Todd are just blind. We don't know.
Right.
You guys,
I'm also.
you guys always team up
and I
against me,
can't hear
so
the
like this is
thunk.
what it makes sense. It makes sense that you would both fabricate this story behind my back and
Oh my
plan on telling it to everybody all the time.
How
All
are
the
you able to
time.
do it in such good detail every single time?
You guys are in sync like that. I don't know.
Oh my goodness.
You guys went over the story many times. You're like, we're gonna do this. You're like an undercover cop. You know, you're knowing your character. You're knowing your story.
When Derek's
have
on his
you.
deathbed, he's gonna finally utter those words. It was
No shot. Those were my last words.
He goes, pull the covers back, and we unwheel the cover. It's the bat.
He still has it to this day.
It's just
He's
there, and I'm
keeping it
like,
like a trophy.
he's just holding it. And my last words are like, bitch.
Oh my god.
Tell them I
That's
sent
great.
you. Tell them it was me.
Never.
Yeah, you're
Yeah.
sick, Derek.
Those are great World of Warcraft
It's
story.
like the
from
worst
back
thing
in
I
the
ever
day.
did to you was when I shot you with the BB gun.
Me?
Ooh,
Yeah.
no, so I don't remember.
No, you've definitely done worse to me.
No,
You did shoot me with the BB gun. And that was
did.
very unnecessary.
No,
I
that
was
was
like
totally necessary.
high
That was-
to fucking
nah.
your Kelso.
I
Just
was
shot me in
I
the
was-
face.
I was in my room on the phone with somebody, and
With
Todd
somebody.
busts in and goes, "Derek, what are you doing? Put your pants up." So I had to shoot him with a BB gun.
I honestly forgot why you shot me.
Oh, I
But
did.
you shot me in the face.
That was an accident.
Oh shit!
You ran, and I
Oh,
chased
fuck.
after you. You went in the living room.
Damn, you held on to that anger for a full
Oh
sprint.
yeah. Oh yeah. He wouldn't. Yeah. I was like, oh, this is just gonna be a good joke. Haha. Run away and get to the living room, and I'm good. And then he was
Oh.
like, no.
It was one shot. It was
No.
one shot.
He unloaded.
He unloaded the whole shit.
No, that was one shot. And I was trying to aim at your chest, but you were squirming and moving, and it got you in the face. You should have stayed still. It was your
That makes it worse. He said you were squirming, so I said, "Fuck it."
Right.
Oh shit! It was great.
Oh man. That one stuck with him. Derek, what are you doing? Pull your hands up.
Of course, it stuck with me. It
Oh, he was
Trying to
having
embarrass
it.
was terrible. Why would you do that to
my
somebody?
God, that's good stuff.
Really quick before we wrap anything up for today's episode. Last week we brought up M. Night Shyamalan without bringing up The Happening. I don't know how we missed that. Just
for-
the
What
Mark Wahlberg.
It's such a good movie.
I'm just surprised we didn't talk about Mark Wahlberg's. What? No.
You come here to murder me? What?
What?
No.
No.
Oh,
I meant to
man.
bring that up, and I wrote that down in my notes. It's like I got to bring that up because that part was just so funny. I'm surprised we didn't.
We talked about Trap on here, right? Homeboy.
Yeah,
getting
yeah.
Fucking taser. Yeah, I
Yeah,
said
you gave us
spoiler alert
the
and all that
rundown.
shit.
Yeah,
So
yeah. That
stupid.
was wild.
So
yeah.
stupid. Oh,
They
my
should have just had
goodness.
Mark Wahlberg in the background.
What? No.
No way.
One of the things, something I forgot to mention. Another thing we watched was that show Chaos. Which Billy, if you're here, thank you again. I found out who recommended the show for me, and it was Billy.
Okay.
I also
finished-
found out that and
finished
watched
that.
like the first episode and hasn't.
I think
watched
Amanda
anything
watched
else.
the first episode as
Yeah.
well.
Oh, I love
Yeah,
it.
I thought she finished it, if not like got further in it, but yeah, she
Mm.
only watched the first episode.
Well, I recommend it. I think it's awesome. Modern day Greek.
Greek mythology.
Yeah, with everybody praying the Greek gods as if they're the ones,
Hell yeah.
the higher beings and everything.
That's
And
dope.
Jeff Goldblum as Zeus is awesome.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, no, it was
Yeah.
it was really, really good. I'm very excited for season 2. I hope that Netflix. That's why we need everyone to watch it, because Netflix is so ruthless with that shit. They're like, oh, we didn't get fucking Stranger Things viewers, so we're just gonna cancel it. And they do that shit all the time. So watch Chaos and don't let it get fucking canceled, because the brother's son was
Yeah, I know.
amazing, and nobody
Yeah.
fucking listened to me and watched it. So fuck all of you guys.
I still haven't seen it.
Yeah, well, it doesn't matter now because there's no
Make
second
sure you
season.
guys watch the Penguin. We don't want that one getting canceled.
Max
Max
will still
is
fucking
gonna
do
be
it.
fine.
And then
I'm just
the other,
messing with you.
the Get Down on Netflix. None of you fuckers watched that either. That was super good. Only one season got canceled because Stranger
I
Things.
didn't
came out
watch
around
that
the
one
same
because it
time.
felt like it was the same thing as probably a very poor thing, a poor comparison because I didn't watch it. But what was, oh fuck, now I can't even remember it. It was that like college show where Ann said the Get Down was good.
Thank you, Ann. Thank you for being one of the people that watched it because it was fucking awesome.
It was the college show.
White people talk, whatever. Or Dear
Oh
White
yes,
People.
yes.
Dear White People.
Yeah.
Is
the
that
one
what
you're
that
talking about?
was?
Is that what you were talking about?
I thought that was the yes, I think that
There is a movie and a show, yes, for Dear White People.
Okay. Then I'm thinking of that too. Yeah. That's like the college
There's-
kids that's predominantly around black kids that are in like a frat or whatever. And I remember at the end of one of the seasons, like a cop pulls a gun on him like while he's on the campus. And that was like the big
I'm not
thing.
sure. I think Haley and I don't know if we finished the whole
I
season.
think it
we
is
watched, like,
Dear
a couple
White People.
episodes. Well,
She
like,
said Dear They Get Down is way better than Dear White People.
because it was so fucking good. The acting was awesome. I loved everything about it.
And they're-
Yeah, I got the vibes that they're super different. Yeah, I don't think they're
Okay.
anything alike. No, the Get Down, it's very different eras too. The Get Down revolves around like the beginning of
70s
hip hop.
and 80s, right?
Yeah, the beginning
I
of
thought
like,
it was
hip-hop,
like disco.
breakdancing and shit. Well, no, yeah, it was around disco,
Oh,
but like it's the beginning of hip hop. Like the kid is all about like being like a poet and like rapping and shit.
okay.
It was really fucking good, really good. And like I said, I think it came out around the same time that Stranger Things came out.
So it just got
everyone-
overshadowed.
It got overshadowed, and so they got canceled. And I was like, "Fuck, that sucks." But then
RIP.
I don't know if it was last year or the year before. What was that? Yeah, it was earlier this year, not even last year, because this when we went to Louisiana. I went to New Orleans. The
Mhm.
brother son, it got canceled right away. They didn't even.
Yeah,
wait for people to watch
that
it.
one was literally like I felt like a month after launch, and it was like,
Really?
yeah, this didn't work out. We're out.
Which is so
We're out.
unfortunate because like, well, here's the honest truth is you can watch it because it does have an ending. I feel like the way that I think it was really smart to do it this way too is to end it where you have closure, but if we got renewed for a second season, there's an
Yeah.
opening there for more. So you had that kind of closed, kind of open ending. But I still think you guys should watch it, and I think you guys would both like it.
There's a lot of
I know there's a lot of shit
Yeah,
out there. I know.
There's a lot of shit out there, and I keep coming across that list. I think I sent it to one of our chats that was like the shows with the highest ratings across whatever, and Avatar's always on there. Like they don't have a single bad episode. And the other one that's on there that I keep saying I'll eventually watch, and Anne's gonna crucify me for this, is Breaking Bad. Like
Yes, that's one I
eventually
still need to
will-
watch
yeah,
too.
Still need to watch.
Same
that.
here.
Okay, well, here's the thing I will say when it comes to the shows that like at least that I'm recommending or other people, Breaking Bad's not going anywhere. It's already done. You can catch that whenever you get around to catching that. The other shows you guys have already fucking ruined by not watching are the Get Down and the Brother Son. I'm putting blame on you two because
They were just 2 viewers away from
Right.
staying.
as far as I'm concerned, that's exactly how it went. Okay, because neither one of you watched it, so you're contributors to its failure. What you need to do for me, I am begging you, is watch Chaos. I don't give a fuck if you like it or not. Give them the views.
Give
and
me my next season.
Give me my second season.
Okay.
All right,
Yeah,
I'll just let it play in the background
do that. That's fine.
while
You
I'm
should
off
watch it,
tomorrow.
but I get it. Yeah, that's fine. Give it its views.
All right, I wanted to break away really quick and ask just anybody. I see we have 4 viewers. I don't know who everyone is watching,
Mm.
but how do you guys like it? Is it going through nicely? How's the feed? Is the response time nice to some of the comments? I don't know. Did you enjoy what you've seen so far? You have any answers or questions you want to ask us? We can answer them before we wrap
And we
things
could
up
do a
completely.
little live Q&A.
Yeah, for sure. Give some people some time for that. That's I figure like kind of open up the opportunity as we're live.
Not bad.
But other than that, like, yeah, I'm really happy with today. I never got to actually double check and see. Like, I usually would double check to see how the live's going through on my end, although I'd have to mute my mic and all that stuff. But probably should have done that while you guys were talking. But regardless, I figured it's going through good enough since we've had people come in and comment. Yeah, I'm really excited. This is the future. There you go.
Yeah,
Thank
Billy
you guys. I
knows.
appreciate it. Yeah, Billy said, yeah, it's smooth. Also, chaos is dope.
That's right.
And the sound quality
Billy
is good,
knows.
and there's no lag or anything, and that's good. See, that's awesome. Thank you guys so much for commenting and letting us know. We really do appreciate the feedback.
Billy, did you finish Chaos?
Yeah.
Sorry, Adam, go ahead.
No. I was just gonna say, depending on how this all went, and it seems like it's going through well, I would see us just going live in the future. Like, we don't need to worry about.
Sure.
Yeah. So I think moving forward, we'll just be live. Like, I think it's happy to rip that Band-Aid off of pre-recording everything and editing it, which is huge because now it gives me the opportunity to just pull clips and edit them as shorts instead of pulling the whole thing, editing the whole thing, adding an intro, outro. The only thing that sucks is we will lose the cold opens, but aside from that, everything runs smooth. Yeah, it gives me more time to work on the short-term stuff and actually like make some fun edits and get more, that pull for attention will really happen once we hit TikToks and shorts and all that stuff. So it gives me more time to work on those. So I'm excited.
Yeah, Billy, whenever you do finish it, let me know. We'll talk about it.
Did anybody in the did anybody watching see the Penguin? Yes. See, I figured we were going to have a lot to talk about because, next time you should play games while you're live so the viewers can play along. That actually would be pretty fun. We've got to figure out what game would work best for that because we at the same time want to play something.
There's obviously a little bit of a delay, so it's going to be things are going to have to be dependent on that.
Right.
If
there are stuff you could do,
people that could score points, or if it's just like they want to play along with us kind of thing.
Right.
Like,
and then also,
live,
yeah.
The other big news is we do have 2 episodes, and after we're done with this live, I can pull from it, download it, and then I'll throw this one on Spotify as well. We have 2 episodes on Spotify. We are on Spotify now, so shout out to that to the viewers listening on Spotify. It's huge, but at the same time, now we got to kind of like change a little bit how we do things. I know we've played games in the past that are very visual, so we're going to try to do things that are more audible for people to kind of follow along. We will still have games that we play visually, but we'll just leave them as standalone segments. We'll record them, and I'll pre-record them and display them later. They won't be a part of the podcast, but they'll still be part of our channels. So definitely look out for those still, and definitely look out for like stuff in the future as far as games we could play on the podcast or just little event trivias, anything. The delay is only like 3 or 5 seconds. That's sick. That's actually awesome. Love to hear that.
I'm looking over at my TV and like it takes literally like 3 to 5 seconds for me to like look over there.
Oh, right on. That's awesome. That's sweet. But yeah, I'm stoked. I'm really happy that we're live now. It definitely opens up the window of opportunities for me as far as editing goes and cutting and selecting different things to put out there.
Yeah.
Because I always felt the pressure of, oh, damn, we recorded this episode last week and I'm like 5-6 days later is finally getting the episode put out. This way, when we talk about things that recently happened, they kind of recently happened, not like a week later and some, I'm so happy, guys. I'm happy we are here. I'm happy episode 18 in. And yeah. I don't know if you guys have anything else you wanted to add.
No.
That was a good 2 hours.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was solid. That was very solid. I knew we were gonna have a lot to talk about, like, because I was debating on getting like maybe a trivia or something set up, but I was like, with the
this was fine. There was
Tokyo
a lot to
Game
talk about
Show
with
and
the
kind of
game
explaining
shows and the
everything
shows that we watched and shit.
Right. All right. You want to run us out, Derek? I'm gonna, when you do it though, after you're done with your little outro, I will hit the outro on the actual video, let that run through, and then shut everything out.
Just keeping it short and sweet. Thanks a lot for everyone that's here Hope you had a good time. We had an awesome time. That to a drunk episode would be hilarious.
Oh, that would be hilarious.
Yeah, that's something we'll have to talk about. I look at Todd. He's like, I'm already there. Yeah. Thanks, everyone. Have a great time. Great day.
Oh, yeah.
Have a great night.
Really quick, though, if you like what
Yeah.
you've seen, if you enjoyed the live, think about leaving a like, sub, share, comment, all the love. We appreciate it. Thank you guys so much for watching.
Have a
All
good
right.
one.
Love you guys. Peace.